Yar. Listen here, ye salty sea dogs, ye scurly scallywags, ye sultry slaves of sober scrawny scarabs.
The Pirate King stands before a rowdy group of pirates. The dull flickering of flames from their torches dance against their dirty and grisly faces. The large bunch of thieves and murderers stand on the deck of the Gold Nocturne as they begin to quiet down. The Pirate King stands on the upper area of the ship's deck, adrift off the coast of some unknown island that can barely be seen in the dim evening light. He continues.
It's the time ye all have been waiting for.
He draws his sword and points it towards the island that lay before them in the night air, as the thieves and murderers cheer him on.
Ah! On that there island lay the treasure of Emerald Eye Evan, the meanest, greenest, fiendiest pirate that ever braved the six, if you count the seventh sea of his Atlantic, 7 seas. This night we'll land on that there island, and as Davy Jones himself is me witness, we will not leave that island until we find Emerald Eye Evan's treasure. Or my name is an Ogden Devil's Grin Barlow.
He turns to the flickering flame, revealing his cleft lip, a piece of his skin pulled back, revealing sharp teeth and a witty smile. The crowd goes wild and cheers as the sails are raised. The ship begins sailing towards the island. As Ogden stares out towards the island, Ricardo, his first mate, waddles up next to him. "How long do you think we'll be on the island, Captain? Should we set up shop? Maybe some buildings? Maybe it'll be a long stay."
Barlow laughs. "I doubt we'll be any longer than a few days tops."
"Oh, of course, Captain. Silly me." And so the Gold Nocturne and its many pirate passengers sailed towards Ghost Cove, never to leave it again. Hello all, welcome back to the Invictus stream. My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the one and only Mr. Justin Thomas James. Woohoo! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a twofer. That's right, me and my best friend Justin are cranking out some oldies, sitting down across each other at the table and playing some games. Are you excited, Justin, or what?
Oh, I'm so excited to be here in the exact same room as you, Harlan. Man, this is so much fun.
In my mind and heart, we are in the same room, and that's all that really matters when it comes to role-playing, does it not?
Exactly, and we're also in the same room as our fantastic community who's on our Discord right now.
That's right. Welcome, community. Welcome to Rudi Mezzler and the Mystery of Ghost Cove. Tonight is going to be a new sort of style of game. We're going to be framing it after a few different archetypes. We're going to be taking some rules from Call of Cthulhu and sprinkling in a little bit of LucasArts Games Studio point-and-click adventures from the early 90s. I grew up on Secret of Monkey Island, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, Maniac Mansion, Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders, and that is like what I was envisioning about tonight's game. So we're sort of going for a new style of RPG where Justin is going to be playing the one and only Rudi Mezzler as he navigates through this quirky and crazy world. Are you excited to step into the shoes of Rudi?
Rudi Mezzler, I mean, he's a character I've been working on for an entire 24 hours. So I'm very excited to get to see how he's fleshed out in the next 3 hours.
As we all are. So that's right, Rudi Mezzler and the Mystery of Ghost Cove tonight, #1. It is, of course, an 18+ game. If you are uncomfortable with no words such as boobies and cocker, that's a swear word, I'm pretty sure.
Joe
Cocker.
Old Joe. Old Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker. What song does he sing? Does he cover Little Help for My Friends?
Us up where we belong.
That Joe Cocker?
I think.
That's not Bette Midler?
He also sings, what's it called?
I think he does a bunch of covers.
While my guitar journey.
Yeah, you did that cover. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so there you go. So Joe Cocker is a no-no word. But it is, of course, an 18-plus show. So if you do feel uncomfortable with it, that's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable with certain things. You just let us know what you want to do, and we'll change it. We're not going to change anything. If you're uncomfortable with it, you just close the video down. But before you do, make sure you like it on the YouTubes. The YouTubes is a program, totally new. Have you seen this thing, the YouTubes?
Yeah, I've heard something about it. I saw something about it on Twitch.
It's such a great idea. Basically, it's like you stream the videos, and the videos can stream. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, do they have to be live?
I don't. That would be neat. I don't know. Maybe they're the lives ones. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but either way, you can do the videos. I saw somebody film a baby bird once. How cool is that?
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if they they must have done it on 8mm.
Can you leave comments on the videos, and then you could start a discussion,
comments.
Comments?
Yeah, maybe that would be interesting. Either way, YouTube's it's gonna blow the world open. So excited for it. So we're first on this platform. But you make sure to like the video and subscribe to us before you close the video, because I just told you to, and do what I say. Also, follow us on Twitter. We are at INVICTUS Stream, and we tweet so rarely.
So you want to follow us? So
follow us. If you tweet to us, I'm going to start tweeting a lot more. I think that's going to be the thing. So just start tweeting me, and we'll do it. Finally, and most importantly, Facebook. The Facebooks is a programs on the nets that basically allows you to, let's not do that again. We have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. The Facebook page is where you sort of get all of our big news stuff. And the Facebook group, that is like the green room behind the club. Not the green room starring Patrick Stewart, very different. But the green room that's, sort of the exclusive.
Yeah, what's your all the cool people kind of are like, hey, are you in the green room? Do you have a membership? And cool people are like, yeah, I got a fucking Invictus membership. So we let them into the Facebook group, and then they chill in the green room. They talk about role-playing games while everybody else is dancing and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a lot of dancing. Actually, literally every Friday is Aisha posts Music Friday.
That is
Funky
true.
Friday.
That's what plays at the Invictus Club.
Yeah, that's it. And there's a lot of really good music there. So join the Facebook group. It is the place to be. And when you join the Facebook group, you have a chance to win the most valuable post. Tell them about the most valuable post, Justin.
Sure, and I'll take my time as I tell you about the most valuable post. Most valuable post is an acronym. MVP actually is the acronym for most valuable post. And the M stands for most, the V stands for valuable, and the P stands for, wait for it, you guessed it, post.
That's
most
right.
Most valuable post, MVP. Now you know all about it.
And this week's most valuable post goes to a new member. I think it's, sorry, I should clarify that it is the right, this week goes to Mr. Morgan Llewellyn for sharing some of his hand-painted handouts. He's running a Call of Cthulhu game, and he hand-painted some really cool images with blood and cut effects, I should say. Great effects. I'm a fucking idiot. But Morgan Llewellyn is a new member. He just joined, so you win most valuable post this week. Well done, buddy.
This is one of our, as Michael points out, one of our classic old 20-minute stream startups.
I didn't press it again.
Go over everything.
I don't know if you caught how clever Justin was, but we didn't have an MVP, and he was really
strange for us.
You were doing really good.
Usually we have one picked out by Thursday.
At least. I mean, we at least have one picked out 30 seconds before the game starts.
We do an entire process where we each vote on our favorite posts, and then it's like a round robin style, and then the favorite post makes it to the top, and then we do a head to head. We do a head to head battle where we read the post 20 times over.
22.
And then 22 times. Yeah,
the 2 is
that's
important.
The modified version, because 20 wasn't quite enough.
We didn't get thorough enough.
It wasn't thorough, so that it's a painstakingly long process. So today we did it pretty quickly. Good job, Harlan.
I'm really proud of us. I'm also wearing a female shirt. See these?
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. So this is my sister's shirt. So she was getting rid of a bunch of clothes, and I saw this one, and I thought, yeah, I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I can wear this, and I am. I'm pretty proud of it, actually. But I'm too hot in that. Thank you.
Yeah. Too hot. He's too hot in it, everyone.
This is how comfortable I am, guys. This is the kind of thing that you would never show, right? You just put it under your shirt.
I mean, you're not exactly wearing like a bikini right now.
No, but it's pretty. I mean, I
do have a boudoir photo of Harlan.
You do. That's right. Which
nicely photographed boudoir photo
stays. You have to be pretty comfortable with who you are to send your best friend
and
when he's
who you're
moving away
sending it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at tonight. But now I'm a bit cooler, so that's important to do at the intro. Finally, the last thing I'm going to say before totally ruining the stream, Patreon. We have a Patreon account, and if you're interested in supporting us, whew, these shoulders are nice and cool. Please follow the link in the description of this video. You get some really cool stuff. First and foremost, at the $5 level, you get all of the notes that we have for the month of games. That's right. That means everything you see tonight, you're going to get emailed to you, as well as any sort of character sheet.
Joe Cocker.
You get talked about Joe Cocker.
Yeah.
You get to see me change my shirt. At the $10 reward, you get a video, like 10 to 15. I think last month's video was like 25 minutes. But a video of us talking about what's coming up, what's going on in our lives, what's going on behind the scenes. And there's a lot of really cool stuff going on behind the scenes. We typically try to make the intro shorter now because there's always so much to talk about, but there really is a lot going on. We're talking about conventions, expos. What's expo short for? Exposition?
Exposition.
Yeah.
Expository.
We're going to a lot of expositions. I don't know if I'm making fun of that or that's true.
Let's go to the expo. No, I think it is. I think, like, it is an expo. Like the exposition. No, the exhibition. Ah, never mind.
But there's a P in it.
But it's the exhibition.
Exhibition?
That's the X. But Montreal Expo is the Montreal Expedition. It's an expedition. We go on an expedition to get little bags and fill them with little magnets and business cards. True. And learn about different startup companies.
Paul said that the bare shoulder shirts are the worst fashion thing since the 70s. I disagree. I'm toasty, but cool. It's
a practical innovation.
I'm bringing this back. This and Comic Sans.
Comic Sans. Whatever happened to Comic Sans?
Not enough good stuff, let me tell you, because this is working.
It went through a phase where it was just a joke font, and now I think it's at the point where it's cool again.
It's totally cool. It's the hipster font. I would love to see some tattoos with Comic Sans.
Like a Wolfpack video, probably uses Comic Sans.
Where it's all zooming in. Anyway, we've terribly delayed this intro. Not really, actually. 14 minutes. That's not bad. We started on time. That's what's throwing people off.
Exactly. Yeah, if we started the game at the exact same time and continued this long intro, we'd be starting at like 45 minutes from now.
Exactly. But we've started early for you gentlemen and ladies and anything in betweens. There's probably some puppies watching. I know Megan's got a dog.
Jenny Ray Gun.
That
Michael,
too.
Miss
All right.
Brianna again. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start this thing. Is there any reason to delay? Anything important you want to talk about, Justin?
I didn't put on deodorant before I got in this hot booth.
For realsies?
I should get
deodorant?
One of those shirts, but I should get like the holes down here.
Oh, now that's an interesting idea. Just like snippy snip.
Maybe some up here too. Why not?
Maybe let's just take off our shirts.
Let's just take off our shirts.
I love this. This is nice. I'm digging.
Nice little this space for the jowls, the arm jowls,
the arm flab. All right, let's fucking do this. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we bring you. What's the title of the game, Justin?
Rudi Mezzler and the Mystery of Ghost Cove.
The night is cold, and your 1920s jalopy sputters to a stop out front of the amusement park that you've been hired to investigate. It comes to a complete halt, and you kill the engine, sitting outside of the rusty and swinging gates of Melvin's Midway of Madness, the location given to you by the timid and quiet fellow you spoke to on the phone earlier this evening. The year is 1923, and as you step out of the car, the moon illuminates your way. Rudi, how you doing?
I'm wondering why I always gotta start these investigations at night. Why can't I go in the daytime to these creepy places? They'd probably be a lot less creepy, eh?
Hoo, hoo, hoo. An owl hoots loudly from the trees that are opposite the theme park, and as you turn to see, you see the wrought iron gate sort of creaking up towards the sky. The moon is larger than it's ever seemed, and beyond these rusty creaking the fence, you see the old sort of fallen tents of the circus and the zoo and the rusty rides that lie within.
And I'm wondering, okay, so this timid Timothy sent me out here to find out what exactly is going on, and I'm not exactly sure what he wanted me to do. I pull out my notebook and I look in through my very organized yellow manila envelope, and I look inside for the notes. And what does the note say about this place?
So the note says exactly what the notes that you took down when he calls, which basically said George Kemp, Melvin's Midway of Madness, meet under the big top, spook.
All right.
And you crossed this over and over. And the problem was you took this pretty much when you were falling asleep, and woke up from a stupor. So you sort of don't fully remember.
So I'm supposed to spook George Kemp? Is that what I'm supposed to take from this?
It's you know that you're supposed to meet him under the big top.
I'll meet him under the big top. And so I step out of my jalopy, and I go towards the gate, and I go, "Oi, hey, someone's got to oil that thing," as it creaks open beside me. And I walk into the Midway, and I start looking for a big top somewhere.
And you do see, next to you, you see sort of the empty merry-go-round. The horses are rotting from the inside. The wooden parts of them are sort of just chipping and flaking. On the other side, you see the big empty tent, just sort of a flap in the wind softly moving, and a stirring of leaves as the wind picks up. And you feel very scared as you're standing here. But you have something. You feel comfortable in the scenario, Rudi. Why is that?
Because I have a banana. And I pull out my banana, and I peel it. And banana's always been kind of a comfort food for me, but the extra potassium also helps me see a little better in the dark. So with that added perception, it's going to be, I feel a lot more comfortable. I was also a little hungry, so not having a rumbling tummy just feels better.
So Rudi, you pull out your banana and start peeling it, and as you do, you sort of take a listen and hear the wind stirring through the trees and the flaps of the tents around you. And then you hear a very familiar voice, the voice of your partner, Sir Melvin Alabaster, and he says, "Rudi, really, we need to keep going." And from the left of you, out of thin air, a soft blue apparition appears in the form of a knight. He has his sword sheathed and a shield strapped to his back. He's a strong-looking man with blonde hair and a square jaw. And you've known this man for a very, very long time. And as he sort of steps out of the shadows, he watches you eating the banana. "Really, Rudi?"
Well, I'm in a scary place right now. I deserve a little comfort food.
"This is not about comfort food. This is about doing what's right. Rudi, you took that man's case. I was there. I heard. He's expecting you to meet him under the big top. Now come."
I just don't understand why we have to do this at night. Why couldn't we have waited till morning when it was nice and owls weren't hooting?
First and foremost, the man asked for this time. Secondly, you know that the paranormal comes out stronger at night. You have a stronger connection to the spirit realm. You know all of this.
I know it. I just sometimes wish I didn't know it, you know, Sir Alabaster?
We've been over this many, many times. I understand that you did not choose to have this power thrust upon you, but you are part of my bloodline, and like it or not, it's your responsibility to continue on this way and help these spirits in any way you can. It's a matter of honor.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to insult my ancestors by being a wuss. Okay, and I take my banana peel and I tuck it into my bag because I'm not going to litter.
Perfect. You have one banana peel. Add that to your inventory.
I will do that. Inventory.
It's really important.
And I continue walking forward.
And Alabaster sort of floats alongside you. Again, he's sort of completely soft blue, and there's like a glow emitting. And you know, from the years of being a paranormal investigator, that you have the very unique ability to be able to see the spirit realm. You can interact with ghosts and undead creatures that others cannot see. And how did you meet Alabaster?
Well, I was in a synagogue, and it was about 24 years ago, and you know actually how they say that, that man, did his mother drop him on his head as a baby? Well, that pretty much happened to me, but replace baby with 25-year-old man and replace mother with synagogue floor. And I smacked my head off of it. Marble. Really hard stuff. And when I came to and looked around, I was able to see all the ghosts in the synagogue. It was really weird and scary. I was scared at first and I ran away. But one of these ghosts kept on following me and tried to talk to me and had this weird accent, and I just couldn't really handle it. So I tried to induce a coma into myself to make it go away, but then I wasn't able to do it. So I just had a banana and accepted it. And then I came to learn that this ghost who was following me, his name was Sir Alabaster, and then he kind of became a mentor. And he was my relative from many, many years ago, before we came over to this big rock.
The Alabasters were a noble spirit people. We communicated with the dead, helping lords and ladies alike. I, for some reason, have unfinished business in this world as a paladin. But you, the end of our line, you're all that stands to help the spirits. Please take this responsibility serious. It's so important to be there for these poor people.
Yeah, you're right. I suppose knowing Sir Alabaster has been a good thing because he keeps my morals and ethical compass in check.
And as you say that, you hear a scream on the wind. Ah!
Oh no! That sounds like it could be a person.
And as you head towards the sound and you round the corner, what does Ruby look like? Rudy.
Oh, Rudy. Rudy is pasty white skin, kind of a jowly sort of face, a little bit older. He's losing some black hair on the front of his scalp here, and he's also thinning a little bit back here. Actually, a little bit's an understatement. And he's got thick Coke bottle glasses that make his eyes look way bigger than they're supposed to. And these glasses are what allows him to see images the way his brain is supposed to. They're prescription glasses.
You're just describing glasses. Okay. These glasses allow you to see things that are out of focus. It's brilliant.
That's exactly it.
So you round the corner with Alabaster sort of hot on your floaty trail, and he turns around and sort of impulsively draws his ghost sword and points it out and says, I heard that scream as well, Rudy. Where did it come from? And you see, sort of in the center of this large empty lot, a cage designed for a large tiger or a lion. And inside you see a small man with sort of a poor boy cap and baggy clothing and a disheveled beard. You can barely see his eyes because the cap's so low, and he's just like, "Ah! Please help me!"
I go up to the cage and I inspect it first off, and I say, "Everything's gonna be all right, bearded boy."
Oh, thank God. Now, are you Rudy? I spoke to you on the phone.
Oh, hey, Timothy. Timid Tim. What are you doing in a cage?
Well, I was waiting for you over to the big top, and then I heard a strange sound. It lured me out here. And then I came here, and he bends down, he picks up, and there's like a large cookie on the floor. He's like, "There's a cookie in here." I picked it up, and then the door slammed. I tried to go for it because the key was left in, but something took it. I didn't even see what, and I threw it in that. And you turn around, and there's sort of a thin drain pipe sticking out of the ground. You gotta let me out of here.
All right, I'll help you out. And first, give me that cookie.
Yeah, for sure. And he hands you the cookie, and it's hard as a rock. It's basically just like a cement cylinder.
What kind of cookie is it?
It was once chocolate chip, but again, it looks ancient.
Ancient chocolate chip. And I'm going to write this down in my journal.
Absolutely. Everything you get, you have to write down.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like fumbling with my bag, and I've got like a fountain tip pen too that I'm just like ancient chocolate chip.
Ancient chocolate chip.
All right. Well, I don't currently have a key to get you out of this cage, so you might have to sit tight for a little while, Timothy.
It threw the key in there. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't see it, but I swear the key was floating. And you look over, and there's a pipe maybe about this thick in diameter.
All right. Well, there's only one thing to do. I get down on my knees, I crawl over to the pipe, and I take off my glasses, and I studiously wipe them off, first on my knees. And then I put them into their case, which is, if they're not on your face, they're in the case.
And Alabaster is now crouched down next to you, says, Yes. What are you doing, Rudy?
I've got to maintain proper glasses etiquette.
I understand, but this man needs help. What are you planning on doing?
I won't be able to help him if I break my glasses. Oy vey. And I lean in and look right into that pipe. Everything's a little bit blurry, but I think I might be able to make something out.
You can see the pipe, and at the end there is the glint of a key. However, as you look for a moment, you see that the pipe is connected to another pipe that's running sort of adjacent to it. And you see a rat shimmy by behind the key.
Now, is the rat going after the key, or is it just kind of moving there?
It looks like it's running back and forth behind where the key is. So again, there's a long pipe to a T junction, and the rat seems to be moving back and forth across from behind the T. Does that make sense to you?
Well, and I turn to Sir Alabaster and I say, "There's a creature. There's a creature back there, and it's right behind the key. If I can somehow lure this creature out, there's not a lot of room in there. It might just push the key forward and up through the pipe towards whatever I lure it with."
And how do you expect to accomplish that, Rudy? That seems an impossible task.
Well, let's take stock of my inventory here.
So you have a banana peel, which is sopping wet. You have a cookie, and you have a piece of string, your fountain pen, and you have an old lucky nickel that your father gave to you.
Okay. Perfect. So, I take the string that I have, and I'm going to tie it around the cookie. Now, this cookie's rock hot. It's no just normal cookie. So I tie it in place using the skills that I learnt in the young New York city dwellers of America route that I attempted. And I'm gonna try to lower the cookie into the hole with the string, kind of like a fishing wire, but for rats and keys.
So you try it, but the cookie is too big. The cookie is maybe about this big, and the hole's only this big.
All right, so I pull it back out. Is there any way of breaking the cookie?
You give your best might to try to break it, but it's just too dry. I think that cookie is too dry, Rudy. It looks about as hard as stone. If only there was some way to soften it.
I think I know of a way. And so I turn to the other, like... Is there, like, stands? Is there, like, an ice cream stand or something nearby?
There are a few stands. They look relatively empty, but Alabaster sees where you're at, and he's like, would you like me to go check them out?
Yeah, see if you can find anywhere that might have some milk. I'm thinking there's only one way to soften cookies, and that's with a cold glass of milk. Or warm.
Okay, and Alabaster zooms off, and after a few minutes of searching the carts, he says, yes, I do believe there is some milk over here. It's rather spoiled, but it should work.
All right. So I'm going to go over to it and dip the cookie into the milk.
And the cookie becomes soft instantly. And as you pull out the cookie, it starts cracking into pieces.
Right. Okay. So I kind of smush the side that's soft off, and then I keep the hard side, and then I tie the hard side, now that it's smaller, with the string, and then I go back to the hole, and I try now with just half a cookie.
Perfect. Give me a roll of some sort.
Right. What am I gonna roll for, I wonder?
Actually, no. I feel like it's not needed because you sort of solved it. So you dip the cookie on the string down the hole, and you feel a tug. And Alabaster sort of looks at you and says, "It seems like it caught." And you pull up, and as you do, you can hear the scraping metal. And what you pull up is the rat holding a key between it and where it's bitten the cookie, and the key falls out to the floor. The rat snaps at the cookie and runs off. You have a shorter bit of string now, and you have the key, but you've lost the cookie.
Shorter bit of string. Let me write this down in my journal.
I feel like I need like a pa-ting when you get something. Oh, there you go. Wait. There you go. You have the key.
Well, I've got good news and bad news, I say to Timothy, who's in the cage.
What's the good news? What's the bad news? Please, I gotta know.
The good news is I found a key to get you out. But the bad news is that rat has that cookie, and I think it's gonna eat the whole thing.
That's okay. I don't care about the cookie. Please let me out of here. I'm claustrophobic, he says through like large gaping holes in the bars.
All right, here we go. And I stick the key. I take the key. I'm just picturing as like just this key like floating in the sky, like in front of the cage, and then I like hover near the lock, and then I click, and then there's like an animation as the key goes in. It's like, oh, click.
That's awesome. And yeah, it opens up, and he's like, oh, thank God. Oh. And then he's immediately regained his composure because now it's his time to talk as an NPC. He's like,
oh, I'm not God. I'm Rudi Mezzler.
Nice Rudy, so nice to meet you. I was the one who called you. I'm tasked with cleaning up this entire joint, and it's so stressful because every time I try to clear the milk cans or the milk jugs, something keeps knocking them back down. I was waiting and trying to see what happened. Maybe some kids were coming by, but it feels like something spooky's going on there. Every time I set up those milk cans, I turn around, I hear a crash and a bang and a boom, and the milk cans get knocked over again.
Sounds like some milky mischief.
Yeah, if you help me out, I can't exactly pay you, but I'll give you something real useful, I promise.
And I turned to Sir Alabaster. Perhaps this useful thing would be useful in my inventory.
We're not doing things to be useful for your inventory. Remember, this is the noble Alabaster line's responsibility to help spirits in need. This man is no different, even though he does smell.
As always, you're right, Sir Alabaster. And I didn't realize you had a sense of smell after all these years.
His stench is so strong it's coming over into my plane of existence.
Whoa. Well, good thing I've got sinus issues.
Please, you gotta help me. Do you think you can take a look? They're just over there. And he points, and you see sort of, again, a rounded corner to where there's a kiosks, or a number of midway games.
I'll take a look at this milk crisis you have going on here. Come on, Sir Alabaster.
And Alabaster sort of nods to the man who can't see him and floats behind you. That was very clever thinking, Rudi, using the cookie and a string to get that rat to bring the key out of the hole. What made you think of that?
Why, it's elementary, Sir Alabaster. When you've got a string, you should try tying it to something. When you got a cookie, you should try using it to lure something as bait. It's pretty straightforward, I think.
I guess so. I'm still new to this whole world that you'd speak of. These games are similar to what we'd have at the fair where I grew up in the castle, but nothing of this discretion. And he continues floating along you as beside you as you approach the midway game section. And you see sort of a broken down, busted whack-a-mole kiosk. You see a get the ball in a basket sort of game. And then you round the corner and you see the milk bottle. I should say not milk can, but the milk bottle. And there are these sort of heavy lead milk bottles all scattered around the area that they're meant to be sort of stacked upon.
Milk bottle. All right. Can I do a spot hidden or anything like that, or should I?
Absolutely.
All right.
You can do everything.
I'll do everything. I just want to do everything right now. All right. I'm throwing the die. Oh, I got a 44, which is under, which means I succeeded in my spot, the hidden things.
Fantastic. So you look down and you notice something bizarre at the sort of pitching line. And the way you know this game works is there are a series of 6 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, 10 I should say. Milk bottles stacked in a pyramid, sort of like bowling. And you know that you sort of pay your money and you pitch 3. And if you can knock all the milk bottles down, you win a prize. And your spot hidden reveals something bizarre. At the pitching line, you see some blue circular coins.
Blue circular coins. Oh, maybe I could use... How many coins are there?
Looks to be 3 nickels.
3 nickels. And how much does it cost to play this game?
I believe this sign there says 15 cents, Rudi.
Okay. Well, I take out a piece of chocolate pie back, which I had. I start eating it.
Typical you.
Sorry, it's my dinner time. Bedtime snack time. Sorry about that. All right. So I grab the 15 cents.
Yeah. So you go to grab it, and your hand sinks right through it.
Sinks right through what?
The 15 cents.
This is ghost 15 cents?
It looks like it.
Sir Alabaster. I have a job for you.
Yes.
Sir
What can I help you
Alabaster,
with?
Pick up these coins and try to play the game.
Oh, Rudi, I'm not even sure how a game like this would work. Do I have to stab it? He draws his sword out and sort of starts waving around a little bit. Is it something like this, or?
No, Sir Alabaster. Pick up the coins and slip it into the slot of the machine and try to play it.
Oh, all right. And he picks up the first quarter and slips it in. And the minute the first one appears, another apparition appears next to Alabaster, and he speaks out and says, "So finally I have someone to play against." And he's sort of a heavy-set, gruff-looking ghost. Again, with no real feet or anything. They're all sort of that like Ghostbuster-esque tail. and he floats up next to you, and Alabaster says, "It's about time. I've been looking to win one of these here prizes. Are you ready to play or what?" And Alabaster sort of looks to you, Rudi, nervously. I don't understand.
Would it be Alabaster playing?
I don't know. I don't want to play.
I can try to play, but there's a good chance that it'll only work for ghost people, like those coins.
Oh, you scared? You're using my money already. You think you can't play against me?
Oh, well, if you're talking to me, I can play.
I'm talking to anybody who thinks they're good enough.
Oh, I think that I'm good enough. What are these prizes looking like?
And you look up and there's like a big rotted teddy bear and like a rotted candy cane and like just a destroyed pamplemousse, which is French for grapefruit for some reason. No, pineapple. No, for grapefruit.
Pamplemousse.
Ananas.
All right, I'll play you. And if I win, then I guess I get one of those nice prizes. But if I lose, then I guess you get one of those prizes too, and you might just be a happy ghost.
I can take those prizes anytime I want. If I win.
And he kind of looks around and says,
"This park's mine. You can tell that annoying cleaning guy to get the fuck out of here."
Hey, is it you who keeps knocking over those bottles?
Yeah, I've been playing this game for 60 years. You think I'm going to stop all of a sudden because some no-good guy's trying to clean up after me? Nah. I'm sticking around here for the long haul.
Well, okay, then, in that case, if I win, you gotta stop messing with this park here. I don't want any of these prizes. I'd much prefer you to stop and go terrorize some other plane of existence.
You're telling me that if you think you can beat me, I've been playing for 60 years. If you can beat me, then I have to leave here. But if you win, wait, that's the same thing. If you beat me, I gotta get out of here. But if I win, I'm gonna stay around here for as long as I want. No problem. And he scoops up the other 2 ghost coins and sinks them into the machine. He says, "You can pay for yourself." And he points to the other machine.
Oh, all right. And I go over to the other machine. Where do I...
You only have 1 lucky nickel on you. Your grandfather's lucky nickel.
Well, that's not even enough to play. I gotta get 2 more lucky nickels. Oh, I have an idea. I take the string and I tie it around the nickel like a cookie. This is a trick that my brother Goldie, we called him, taught me. But we weren't supposed to do it at the fairs, but we did it anyway. We were bitter rascals, we were. And I take it and I stick it in with the string and I pull it out. I stick it in again. I pull it out. I stick it in. I pull it out.
And yeah, the machine boots on, and I mean, you pay your fare, and the ghost quickly sips out and restacks the bottles and comes back. He says, "All right, let's do this." And he winds up and he goes to hit his bottles, and he smokes them all in one go. And he has 2 balls left, and he looks over to you and kind of says, "You really think you can do better than that?"
That was pretty good, I gotta admit. What's your name, by the way?
The name is Kiefer. Kiefer Zinfandel.
Kiefer. And my favorite wine. What are the odds? Alright, I'll try doing this roly-poly-oly, as people call it in some places.
And Alistair sort of stands next to you and says, "I don't know if he's cheating or what, but I doubt you'll be able to beat him, Rudi."
What other options do I have, Sir Alabaster?
I don't know. I guess you can't cheat yourself. And he sort of says and walks back a little bit.
Cheat myself? Well, that gives me an idea.
Are you gonna go or what? He says as he's sort of leaning, smoking at a fictitious ghost cigar.
I actually lied, Sir Alabaster. I don't have an idea other than just try to beat him.
Well, maybe it will work. Good luck.
All right. I'll try it. Worst comes to worst, he just stays here and then more milk bottles get knocked over. I mean, what am I really solving here? It's not like people are dying. It's just some milk bottles. Right.
So give me a roll. Give me a dexterity roll. Or a shooting roll. Or however you want to call it.
Let's do... is there throwing? Oh, there is throw. Ooh.
What did you roll?
A 52. Can I push it?
You can, but I was more going for just the lower the better. So, and he got an 11. So, you go to swing and you hit the first 2 bottles, and they sort of stop. He says, "You got 2 balls left, but it's unlikely that you're going to beat me. You want to try again? Up the stakes a little bit, maybe?"
Up the stakes? What, like best 2 out of 3?
Yeah, let's go best 2 out of 3. And he zips, and they're all back up, and the 3 balls are still there, and the 3 balls are used. "I won the first round, but I'll be nice and I'll let you go first this round." And again, he sort of takes a big puff out of his cigar.
Okay, here we go. Gonna throw. Whoa, a 99.
So the ball goes boing, doing, boom, 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 and bounces. And this guy just laughs. "Oh, my God. You are absolutely terrible at this game. I thought this was going to be even a slight challenge, but this is easier than I could imagine." And you see him sort of reach behind his back, and he picks up a ball, and he tosses it. And they all go down. The entire thing. He says, "Oh, what's the point? Best 2 out of 3's done. The park is mine. Unless you ever want to play again, you let me know." And he starts disappearing.
Before you go, I have a question for you.
And he sort of comes back. "What?"
You're very good at this game, I gotta say. Isn't he good, Sir Alabaster?
"Yes, he is quite good. I've been playing for 60 years. What do you want to say?"
60 years? That's a long time. Were you playing when you were still alive, too?
"Yeah, of course I was."
And was this what you wanted to do with your life? Play the ball game? Or was there some other reason that drove you here?
"What do you mean I want to be the best? And I am the best. I can beat anybody. You put anybody up to me and I'll beat them."
Yeah, at a ball game?
"Yeah. So?"
Well, I guess it's cool and stuff, but, I mean, don't you want to pass on and see what's in the next stage of your existence?
Well, why would I want to pass on with this stage of my existence is perfect? I get to hit strikes every day. I get to hang around this place. This place, you know, it's got sentimental value to me.
Now, Mr. Zinfandel, you did say earlier that you were excited to play someone who you haven't been able to play anybody in a long time. Could it be that maybe you're feeling a little bit lonely right now?
Well, maybe. Maybe. Give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. I was thinking psychology, but I
Sure, psychology, whatever you want.
All right, I'll do psychology roll because I want to know. Oh, 94. Can I push it?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, yeah, you can push it for sure.
All right, I'm going to push it because I got a 50-50 shot. Here we go. Oh, I didn't even succeed that time.
He says, no, none of your business. You know what? I like being the best. So who cares if I don't get to play with anybody? I'm still the best there ever was.
Well, I guess you're right.
And
Okay.
he fades from existence, and Alabaster sort of stands there with crossed arms. Rudy, something about that seemed wrong.
What do you mean, Sir Alabaster?
Did you notice every time he pitched, he reached behind his back? It looked like he was rubbing something on his fingertips. I think he was cheating. I think he was slicking the ball so it flew faster, or maybe it got sticky.
Well, does that change anything? Maybe
I think it
does.
gives him an unfair advantage, yes.
Well, in that case, I'm going to start the game up again. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
And he fades from
You again? What, you want to be beaten again?
No, I want to play you again.
Oh, well, you want to up the stakes? Same deal? Winner has to leave the park? I mean, loser has to leave the park? And you know what? That's the deal this time. If you lose, you're out of here.
All right, we'll do it that way. But this time, we're going to make it a little more challenging.
What could make it more challenging for me? I've been playing for 60 years.
Instead of winding up to throw, we're going to start our throws from up here. Up above our heads.
And you see him sort of panicking.
Well, what do you mean up above our heads? Why would we want to do that?
Well, because it makes it more interesting, right, Sir Alabaster?
Right. I think it makes it much more interesting.
I mean, you've been playing this game for 60 years.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. That's a long time. No doubt you'll smoke my butt still.
All right, you have yourself a deal. And he slaps down 3 ghost quarters and pumps them, or 3 ghost nickels and pumps them in, and the game starts up. And he takes his ball.
I can't throw when someone's looking at me. Turn around.
This is interesting. I think we should up the stakes so that I can look at you while you throw, and you can look at me while I throw too.
Give me a persuade roll. Or a fast talk or psychology, however you want to do it.
Fast talk. Let's fast talk him. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, another 99.
No.
And he puts his hand down.
In fact, let's change the rules. I won't watch you throw. You don't watch me throw.
All right, I guess that's the only way, and I'm going to do a spot hidden
Sure.
to see whether or not there's any way I can watch in the reflection. And like a reflection of something?
Okay.
Would he show
Yeah,
up
so
in a
you
reflection?
do. So yeah, you can kind of see a reflection. I don't know if ghosts would show up in reflections. Probably not, but we'll say you do see him anyway. And yeah, you see him reach behind, and he sort of, it looks like he just fingers some like pomade in his back pocket, and then picks up the ball and throws it, and it surefire hit.
Well, 1 and 1. You got 1 shot to match me, otherwise you're done.
And he starts laughing, and he turns around, and Alabaster sort of looks at you,
I think you're cheating.
and he goes, "Whoa!"
That's a pretty harsh thing to say to somebody. You got any proof?
Well, the proof is in the pudding. Or pomade, so to speak.
Whoa. And Alabaster walks up and lifts his shirt and takes out the pomade and holds it out in front of the guy.
Whoa! Whoa!
I didn't cheat, I will tell you. I didn't look at you. I happened to look at that mirror over there, which happened to show your reflection.
Well, so what? So what if I use a little pomade to slip the ball? There's nothing wrong with it.
I think I'm going to take this pomade, and we're going to start this round over again. No pomade for anyone.
So you can add ghost pomade to your inventory.
Of course.
That's totally a dope thing to have.
Ghost pomade. What is pomade?
It's like hair grease.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, then. Let's try this again.
And so he's kind of nervous, and Alabaster sort of walks over and resets the bottles. Even though ghosts can't move things, they do. It's like... And he's like,
Yeah.
Now it's time for a fair fight. And the man reels back, and he throws, and he hits just the top bottle off. And now it's your turn. Give me a roll.
Maybe if you'd been practicing without pomade this whole time, you'd be a little better. And I'm going to roll. It's going to be another 99. Oh, 85. My God.
And, yeah, you hit the top bottle off, too. Boom! And he takes the ball, and he kind of throws again, and he sort of just shifts the top of the two bottles. He looks towards you.
All right, here we go again. No pomade for anyone. 88, my God.
And you managed to do pretty much the same. Dung! And you're both down to the last ball.
Last ball.
Here it goes. And he throws his ball, and I'll have him roll for this last one. With a 29, and he knocks the rest out. And he sort of looks, he breathes easy and looks at you.
Well, I guess I'll have to try. 96, motherfucker! Jesus, well, I guess even when you're not cheating, you're better than I am. And you know,
Well, I got what I needed out of this. My confidence back.
And he smiles. He says,
You know, I've been pitching here for 60 years. I met my wife here. I could never stand to lose. I always thought I needed that pomade. I thought that without it, I wouldn't be able to be anywhere near as good. That I wouldn't win my sweet Meryl's heart. But you showed me, through a silly challenge, that I didn't need it. That I didn't need to rely on it. Thank you for that.
that's exactly what I was intending to do.
and he sort of walks up to you and he nods and he slaps down 4 ghost nickels. He says, I'm not going to need these anymore. And he steps back and he says, Meryl, I'm coming. And a big bright light shines down on him from up above, and for a moment, something you've seen 1,000 times, it's filled with light, and his body sort of breaks into pieces and zooms up towards the clouds, and in an instant it's gone.
Well,
that was quite unexpected.
Turn of luck.
Yes, it seems like he was just trying to get home to his love. Something nice about that, Rudy. You should feel good. We've helped another man, another soul find their way home. Mm-hmm. And I hope one day I'll be able to find my true calling and return home as well, but not anytime soon. And Alistair scoops up the 4 nickels. I'll hold on to these. No, you hold on to these, because you can hold ghost pomade, so you can hold ghost items. You have a little ghost bag that holds secret items. And as the skies clear, the janitor comes over and says, I saw the clouds clearing. Is the ghost gone?
The ghost has been taken care of. You're free to clean this park in peace.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And don't worry, I'm going to pay you. And he reaches into his satchel and he says, here you go. And he pulls out a squeaky toy hamburger. They don't make them like that anymore. That paint doesn't chip off. That's a high quality squeak toy. As a dog lover, which I'm sure you must be, you'll appreciate it. The dogs will just love it.
I've always been more of a cat man myself, but I love the kitsch of it. So thank you.
Well, thank you. And Alistair sort of says, Thank you to the man who doesn't hear him, and then you turn to exit. And as you drive back to your apartment, your office, describe your office and how it looks downtown.
Boy, well, my office is underneath a Chinese food restaurant. And so it always smells of General Tao. And the only way to access it, I actually have to go through the Chinese restaurant. So I open the door very quietly because I don't want to wake anybody. And I sneak through the back and I open the door to my apartment, which is just next to the kitchen, and I walk down some rickety cockroach-infested stairs. And then I reach my door and I unlock it and I go inside, and it's completely immaculate. There isn't a cockroach in sight. It's perfectly clean. Everything is put in order. I've got some nice photos of my family sitting on a dresser, a bunch of books on a stand, a nice little alcove where I eat my breakfast and read the papers. And I also have a little old fridge. Did they have fridge in the 1920s?
Yes.
I don't think they did.
Well,
I have
they
an
did
ice
now.
box. A little, like an ice box. And I open the ice box and I pull out another banana. I put it in the fridge.
It's just filled with bananas.
Yeah, it's a lot of
And
bananas.
Alistair floats by you and says, "That was really good job today, Rudy. I think you'll do our ancestors proud."
Well,
What is
thank
this?
you, sir.
And he looks down, and there's a letter that's been
Oh.
slid down the steps, and it's on the bottom step.
Oh, I didn't see that. Good eye, Sir Alabaster.
Well,
Okay.
and you
Let me
pick it
take
up
a look.
and tear it open, and it's addressed to you, and it says, "Good day, Mr. Mezzler. I have heard many great tales of your deeds. My name is P. Smythe Wentworth. I am heir to a coal fortune and covert philanthropist. I have grown my fortune by high-risk trading. I have a keen knack for buying and selling, some might say, supernatural elements. I am obsessed with sorcery and the occult, but all that is an aside. My home and my residence, it's a bit redundant, isn't it? Dewberry estate is haunted. I require your assistance. I will pay you handsomely. Please, please, much haste, please, please, hastily come. I have a plane waiting to take you to my island at the docks. Look for the Maddie Kestrel and its pilot, Boomer. Signed, P. Smythe Wentworth."
P. Smythe Wentworth.
What does it say?
It says that we got another job already.
So soon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's no time to waste. Let us not put our feet up. Let us continue to help those who require it.
Well, I suppose I can sleep on the plane. And with that, I go to the icebox, grab a bunch of bananas, and I begin packing my bag.
You have one bunch of bananas.
Thank you.
As you make your way to the pier, you see down at the end of the long, dark road towards the waterfront, you see a plane, a single-engine plane. It sits there floating, and painted on the side it says, Maddie's Kestrel. But there seems to be no pilot there. It is not turned on. However, there is sort of a bar next to it off the water.
A bar?
A bar? What is a bar?
It's a place where they sell liquor.
Oh, liquor. Well, maybe your pilot friend's in there.
Well, I could go for a drink. Hopefully the pilot's not drinking anything.
And as you head into the bar, you're filled with a hazy smell of smoke and tunes on the jukebox. About 7 men sit at the bar, a few dancing, a woman in the corner, people playing pool. The bartender cleaning the glass looks up to you and says, "What do you have, a drink?"
I'll have a gin on the rocks, please.
Right up. And he turns around and makes you a drink. And Alabaster turns to you and says, "This place is rather disgusting. Look, the floor is sticky. I can't even touch it, but I can smell it."
You say this about the bar, but you didn't say anything about that abandoned amusement park that we were in?
It had a certain charm to it, didn't it?
What about this? There's a flippin' jukebox. What's more charming than a jukebox, Sir Alistair?
A small kitten?
That's true.
What did he...
So we agree that a small kitten... Oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, what did the letter say the man's name was, the pilot?
Peace Mythe? No, it was signed Peace Mythe. I don't remember. I brought it. I got it right here.
You said that the pilot, and he pulls it out and reads over your shoulder, Boomer. How do we find a boomer in here?
I have an idea. When I go to the jukebox, I turn it off and I shout, "Is anyone here named Boomer?"
And everyone stops. And a man steps up and walks over to you and turns the jukebox back on and turns around and sits back down, and the bar is alive again.
Might be more complicated than I thought. I'm going to inspect the letter. So it says Boomer, the pilot. Boomer.
Yeah, it says plane. I've hired a plane to the island. The plane's name is the Maddie's Kestrel. And the pilot's name is Boomer.
So I look at the people at the bar. 7 men at the bar, you say?
Yeah, it seems to be, yes.
Is any one of them dressed like a pilot?
They all are. I think. They all look to be dressed as pilots.
None of them turned around. I'm going to do a spot hidden to see whether or not I can pick up anything on
Roll it up.
the way they're acting now that I did all that jukebox business.
Let's do it.
Alright, I got a 43 out of 60 for a spot hidden. Do I see anything out of the ordinary?
Yes. You see one of the men with short sleeves, similar to mine, with a tattoo. And it's got a woman's name crossed out. But it looks like it says Maddie.
I'm going to approach this man. And I'm going to say, "That's a nice looking plane out there, eh?"
Who wants to know?
"Oh, Rudi Mezzler. Nice to meet you. What's your name?"
Boomer. Boomer Baskerville.
Did you...
I thought you'd be coming along.
Did you not hear me when I turned off the jukebox and shouted at the top of my lungs for a boomer?
Yeah, the people in here don't really like it when you turn off the music. That's all right.
Oh,
Let's go up back and have a talk.
And he stands up and he grabs his jacket and throws it over his shoulder, and he bursts out the back door and lights a cigarette in the same move. And as you join him... What's that?
You know who I'm picturing?
Who?
The guy who plays Negan. What's that guy's name?
Oh, sure, go with that. I don't know who I was doing in my head. I'll have to keep doing it and find out. But he comes out there and he smokes a cigarette, and you kind of exit to the yellow light of the back porch of this bar.
So you're going to that island, eh? It's a good place to be. I was hired by some Smythe Wentworth fellow. He said he was going to have a little bit of a fun time. I'm okay with that. I'm going to get you there. On 2 occasions. 2 special reasons. Number 1, you let me do the flying. Number 2, we leave right now.
Oh, I haven't had my gin on the rocks yet.
That's okay. I've had plenty for both of us. I'm going to meet you in the plane. And as he's walking towards the plane, he stops. He flicks his cigarette and says, hold on a minute. And he turns around and says, I think I'm going to need some gas. Go in there. Ask for Piper. Ask to borrow his gas card. I'll meet you in the plane. And he walks away.
Well, I guess we're not going as quickly as we wanted to. And I go back in and I look at the bar and I start...
That's who I was doing, Michael Keaton. I didn't realize it.
Michael...
Hello! Nice fucking model!
From what movie?
Kind of Beetlejuicy, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All
right, I go
to the plane.
Hey,
Sorry?
barkeep.
Yeah.
Barkeep.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a piper. Do you know of any pipers here?
And the barkeep sort of looks side to side and says, maybe I do.
Oh, well, here. And I give him a banana.
And he looks down and he says, and he sort of slides it under his table and puts it in his pocket. Yeah, Piper's over there in the corner. And in the corner you see a guy with big, thick black glasses sort of looking up, sort of just smiling, kind of like Ray Charles-ish.
Sweet. Thank you very much, barkeep. And
No.
how's that gin on the rocks?
Thank you. And he slides you the gin on the rocks. He says,
Oh, perfect.
it's covered, don't worry.
Gin on the rocks. So I walk over to Piper
Yep.
and I sit down. Does it look like he's moving to the music?
No, he's just sort of moving a little bit. Yeah, maybe to the music a little bit.
You look like you're having a very nice time there, sir.
I'm having the best time. Who might you be?
Well, my name is Rudi Mezzler, and I hold my hand out in front of him.
And he takes it.
Nice to meet you, Rudi Mezzler. My name is Piper.
Piper, nice to meet you. In fact, I actually just met someone who was asking to borrow your gas card.
Is that Boomer?
Why?
Because he's the only one that ever asked to borrow my gas card.
Do you ever agree and let it happen?
Oh, I do, but I make the person taking it leave something as collateral.
Oh, okay. Well, I can leave something as collateral.
Well, what do you got?
And he holds his hands open.
Oh, well, I've got bananas, but you don't look like a banana type, are you? I didn't think so. I've got a short string, a fountain pen. Oh, I couldn't give you that. I've got a nickel that belonged to my grandpa, but I don't know if I feel like leaving that as collateral. I've got some pomade. Oh, wait, no, never mind. You wouldn't be able to see that. I've got a gin on the rocks.
I have enough drinks that I need. I'd love something that makes some noise.
Oh, well, I just came into this, and I reach into my pocket and pull out the squeaky burger.
Oh, that squeak. It tickles the inside of my eardrums like nothing else. Yeah, leave that as collateral, and I'll give you my gas card.
Okay, all right. Where's your gas card?
Right here.
He pulls it out of his pocket and holds his hand open, waiting for the burger.
There, and I pass it over to him. I take the gas card. I say, "Thank you very much, Piper."
And he puts it right against his ear and squeezes it.
Thank you.
And as you exit the bar, you see the plane ready, and Boomer's like, "Hey, ready to go? Let's get on the road." And he jumps in the front and opens the back for you.
Do you say get on the road when you fly places? I feel like that expression's more for...
Hey, I say whatever I want. Let's go.
Yeah.
And he starts driving as you're like on one of the pontoons.
Whoa, hold on. Oh, gee.
And Alistair's like sort of on you, like whoom, sinking into you, like, do you really trust this man? He was drinking at the bar.
Well, we don't have much of a choice to get to this place. Maybe there's a way to sober him up a little.
Maybe. And you begin taking off, and it's a beautiful night drive through the air.
You know what this is? This is a overview of a map. And
with a dotted line. Totally.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Absolutely. And eventually, it's a short flight. It's not too long. It's off the coast of Maine. And you arrive at the island as he begins descending. You're ready to descend this thing?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. I'm strapped in.
Are you feeling sick, Rudi? If you're going to vomit, please don't vomit on me.
I'll try not to. Just don't stand anywhere near me where I could vomit.
And you begin coming in and skip across the water. And the plane comes to a stop right near the dock in a pretty professional manner. And in a few moments, Boomer has opened the cockpit and he's stepped out onto the dock and he's tying it up. Not too bad of a flat, eh?
I was pretty impressive, especially for the amount of drinks that you've had. I couldn't imagine seeing you fly sober.
How many drinks did you see me have? I didn't have that many. And he ties it up and he's like, so here's the plan. I'm just going to wait here by this plane. This piece of my fellas told me to just sit tight. So, I'm here for as long as I need to be. And he drags over a crate, which is on like the end of a dock next to like a lobster fishing net and like a coil of rope, like very cliche dock items. And he just drags it over and sits down on it. It's still night. It's like midnight almost. And he's like, good luck. And he lights a cigarette and starts smoking while he looks out over the water.
Thank you. Okay, let's go, Sir Alabaster.
This island seems very alive with power. Something about it seems so differently than what I've experienced before. Do you feel it?
I stop on the dock and I look at the island. What does the landscape kind of look like?
It's this beautiful rolling hills towards a peak, or rather the top of a hill which sits a grand manor. Off to the left, you see the beach stretch around, and it sort of creates this bluff. To the right, you see buildings, decrepit, crushed log buildings off, almost like a small town once existed far, far to the right in the moonlight you see. You see the mansion high up on the hill and a path leading up to the mansion, and the island goes back much farther than that, but you see the lights on in the mansion in the topmost tower. A yellow light sort of illuminates.
Well, I guess we should go to that tower.
I suppose so, yes.
Well, we gotta speak to this Mr. Peacemite, or Dewberry's estate is in trouble. Is that what
That's
the letter said?
name of this estate, I believe. The Dewberry estate.
Oh, Dewberry. I was like, Dewberry?
More?
Dewberry?
And next to this dock are sort of like a bunch of bushes and trees, so you can't quite see the inner of the island. You just see the hill sort of past the wood leading up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, what do you suggest, Mr. Alabaster?
I guess we should go speak to the owner of that estate and go from there.
That's a good idea. That's akin to me just hitting the help button there for a second.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
That's what Alabaster is.
Yeah. And so I start making my way across the hills and the fields.
And the minute you pass sort of the main bushes that segregate the island from the docks, you see a well-lit stand. These bright bulbs all sort of standing there. Well, hi there! How are you doing, friend? And you see a guy, relatively young, youthful-looking, bright eyes, with a hat that has stripes on it and a matching shirt leaning out from sort of a stand that says hot dogs on the top of it. Would you like a hot dog?
Well, I actually don't eat meat.
Really? They're the best hot dogs on all the island. Guaranteed to make you feel good.
How big is this island? How many other hot dog stands are there?
Well, we're the only one that... But that doesn't mean we're not the best. Why, our hot dogs are flown in straight from the mainland. We roast them over as many hours as possible, and the buns are pretty much as fresh as they can be. We have lots of condiments, too. And he reaches out over the stand and lifts a little sort of like holdy spot where you see mustard and ketchup and relish and banana peppers and sauerkraut. We have all the fixins. And it's a price that can't be beat. He slaps it down and points down, and it's 50 cents.
50 cents isn't bad. I actually don't have all that much money, though.
Oh.
My Call of Cthulhu sheet says that I do, but not my game sheet.
Well, you sure you don't want a hot dog? They're fantastic hot dogs.
I mean, if I were to get one, I wouldn't be able to pay for it. And I wouldn't be eating the hot dog per se. I'd probably just get a bun with some sauerkraut.
I knew opening a hot dog stand on this island was a bad idea. Everyone kept saying, Roger, don't open a hot dog stand on the island. There's only one person that lives there. But I didn't take their advice, and now I'm stuck here.
Well, I could have told you it wasn't a good business move myself.
Well, now you just sound like my dad. Look, if you don't want to buy a hot dog, that's fine, but don't make me feel bad about it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you feel bad, and I like your gumption. I mean, it takes a very special sort of person to go to an isolated island and start his own hot dog stand and work until the middle of the night.
Oh, we're open 24 hours.
How many hot dogs have you sold?
This year or since I started?
Both.
One.
For both?
Yeah. But it was a good hot dog, and the purchaser seemed to really enjoy it.
Who bought it?
I did. But I really liked it. It was the best hot dog I ever had. And my logic is if I had one customer, then more have to follow. And he bought the hot dog in the middle of the night, which is why I extended the hours to 24 hours.
So he was out and about buying hot dogs in the middle of the night? Or are we still talking about you?
Well, me. I woke up and I was really hungry, so I bought a hot dog about 3 months ago. But my logic is that if I bought a hot dog in the middle of the night because I was hungry, then someone else must want to buy a hot dog in the middle of the night because they're hungry, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a little hungry.
Well, I can fix up a vegetarian option, I'm sure. And he starts looking around. He bends down. You hear sort of crashes and pots and pans. And he stands up. He says, "What about just mustard on a bun, or sauerkraut on a bun? I could give it to you for maybe 25 cents."
25 cents? Well, okay. So see, here's the thing. I would buy that. Oh, well, I actually don't have. Well, I do have money, but I can't spend my grandpa's nickel. How about 20 cents?
I gotta make a profit. I'm sorry. I can't even really offer a veggie dog. I can do hot dogs for 50 cents, but I'll be here if you change your mind. Don't you worry. The hot dog stand never closes.
If I come across 50 cents, I'll buy a hot dog.
Well, hey, mister, that's a pretty good deal.
All right. Nice to meet you.
It was great to meet you, too. Remember, the name's Roger. And he sort of just fades off into the booth.
What a poor man. Poor Roger.
And as you move up the pathway... What's that?
All alone on this island? Roger the hot dog salesman.
I feel bad for him as well. What is a hot dog?
It's a type of meat that they sell them at baseball games. I never really got into them. In fact, I never really got into meat in general. Just hurting animals never really sat well with me. But yeah, I don't know. People seem to go crazy over these they're like little wieners. They're like meat wieners. They look like wieners, but they're hot dogs.
Well, it sounds good to me. All right. And as you continue moving up, you see in the distance at the top of sort of the path that you're following a big wrought iron gate with the name of the estate, Dewberry Estate, on the top of it. And it's sort of just in the distance a bit. That looks like the gate to the mansion.
You think it's locked? I try it. I try to open it.
And as you approach, a big snarling dog walks out and sort of just stands there.
Oh. And then I realized something. I never got the collateral back from Piper.
You did not, no.
I got a bunch of bananas. All right. Nice doggy. Nice doggy.
And it starts walking towards you, and it's a vicious, big, mean-looking dog.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go around. Maybe there's a back door. So I'm gonna go around, and I'm gonna take the brush to the side of the gate and see if it leads elsewhere.
So you start walking around sort of the gate, and as you do, you realize the entire property is surrounded by a fence. But about halfway through, near the back, you see a guard shed, sort of like a gardener's shed, I should say, with a padlock on it.
Gardener shed with a padlock. There could be something useful inside. And I go up to the padlock, and is it like a key number combination?
Yeah, it's a number combo.
Okay. I try 1111. Doesn't work.
And nothing. No.
All right. Well, I could try doing like a lock picking thing, but I don't even think I have it. What is that in this game?
Lockpick.
Sleight of hand? Is it lockpick? It's not in here.
Oh, I thought it was. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's locksmith.
Yeah, locksmith.
Well,
sorry.
I'd have to roll pretty well to make that work. All right, good to know. I'll keep my eyes open. Nah, I'm not gonna try it. And is there anywhere else I can go and explore?
Doesn't look like in this area there is. But Alabaster perks up and says, well, you know, I can pass through the walls. Maybe the passcode's on the inside and I can read it out to you.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great, Alabaster. Good idea. You're a smart ghost.
Well, and he slides in, and after a few minutes you hear 2, 4, 8, 6.
2, 4, 8, 6. I say it out loud. And pop the lock.
And the lock opens, and you see a small gardener's shed. And looking inside, you see a pickaxe on the wall. You see sort of some dusty pieces of paper strewn about. You see a bird's beak, sort of dried but still hard and tough. That's sort of hollow in the center. You see a box of thumbtacks. And you see the word Wortherston written sort of in big black ink on one of these pieces of paper. Wortherston.
Wortherston. Okay. So I check out that bird beak.
Yeah.
It's like a dead. Okay, bird beak. And it's like a skull, kind of.
Sort of, yeah. Minus the actual skeleton. It's just the beak part.
Oh, okay. So I'll pocket that. Because that might be handy. You never know when you're going to need a bird's beak, as my grandpa always said.
This is a common phrase he did.
That's right. A box of thumbtacks. And a pickaxe. I just killed a dog with the pickaxe, but then again, that goes against my hurting animals thing, so I won't.
Well, you could do it anyway. No one's going to stop you.
I know, but it's not a sweet dog. It's just doing its job. Okay. Now let's think. How can we get by a dog with a banana peel, a short string, a fountain pen, Grandpa's nickel, ghost pomade, 4 ghost nickels, squeaky... Oh, we don't have a squeaky burger anymore.
No.
Gave that up as collateral. A bunch of bananas. Dogs don't like bananas. Peace Smythe letter, gin on the rocks, bird's beak, box of thumbtacks, and a pickaxe. Any ideas, Alabaster?
Oh, I'm not too sure, but do you think maybe a dog would like a hot dog? I feel like...
Yeah, but I can't afford a hot dog.
Well, maybe he'll take something other than money. It seems to be that he's pretty unhappy there. Maybe something we have we can trade with him or barter.
Oh. Alright, let's go. Let's go talk to Roger. We go back.
And you head back the dog, who's still growling and snarling. And you approach Roger, who's sitting behind, and sort of perks up and says, "Hiya, got 50 cents?
Don't have 50 cents, but I got some other things.
Yeah? Like what?
First off, I've got bananas. Now, who doesn't love bananas? But I've also... Maybe we could do a trade with one of these other items I have, and I just hold open the bag in front of them.
I don't know. I don't know what those would be worth to me. I mean, what do you have in mind?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a plane here. And it looks to me like you've been having a hard time on this island, right?
I have been having a hard time. I'll tell you right now. You know what I miss more than anything?
What?
Just the ability to relax, take some of the stress off.
Yeah, you'd be making a lot more money on the mainland. Plus, you wouldn't have to ship all of that stuff over here. Your costs would go down significantly.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, I happen to know a few contacts and just some family members, friends of mine who happen to be pretty good with money. So, if you were to come back with me after I finish my business on this island, I'd be able to set you up with one of these really financially sound relatives of mine, and they'd be able to help you out.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm so stressed out. I've been so worried every day. I've been working for a year straight. I could use a break.
I know what you could use. A drink. And I hold out a
could.
of rocks.
Oh, boy, that looks good.
Aye, the ice has melted a little bit, but it should still be tasty. I'll trade you 1 gin on the rocks for a hot dog.
Deal. But okay, deal. And he takes the drink and he throws you a hot dog, and it's like a shriveled, dry little piece of barely meat. And he takes the drink and he dives over the counter and he says, "Oh, stand's closed for now." And he shuts the thing and he runs off into the woods. And the lights go out.
All right. Well, man can't handle his gin.
-1 drink plus 1 dried hot dog.
Dried hot dog. Good.
And hold on, the most important part.
Thank you very much. So, I've got a banana peel, a short string, a fountain pen, my grandpa's nickel, ghost pomade, 4 ghost nickels, a bunch of bananas, a piece of Smythe letter, which is also a piece of paper, dried hot dog, bird's beak, box of thumbtacks, a pickaxe, and a friendly ghost.
Why, thank you. I'm not that friendly, am I? You should post that list in the Discord to see where they're at. And in the meantime, we should stop for the mid-game pose! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time where we stop the action and we jump to you, the community, and ask you a few questions. I hope everyone's enjoying the game so far.
Woo! I definitely get the vibe of those point-and-click games.
Yeah, it's very different for an RPG, but I'm loving the way that you're like solving these things, because like I'm thinking different things.
Exactly with what you planned.
No, not at all.
Really?
I was like, and again, that's kind of the fun of this, because like my thinking was you'd use the banana peel to cheat at the game for the other guy.
Okay.
My thinking was that you would not use the string for the cookie for the rat, but something else. I can't remember what I was going to do. Oh, like put water in the hole or something. I was thinking you could easily ask the guy or tell the guy that you would work the hot dog stand for like a minute, like give him a break, and then steal a hot dog, or he would give you a hot. You know what I mean? Like different angles to attack the same problem, which I think is really cute.
Yeah. Cool. Speaking of hot dogs, I'm gonna go make myself a taco.
You go make yourself a taco real quick, because I can't talk alone at the. Actually, I'm fine. I can talk alone.
Oh, sure you can. You do it all the time.
I'm good at it. Enjoy your taco.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Harlan Show. That's right. It's the part of the show where we stop the action and we jump to you, the community, to listen to what I'm talking about. Hope everyone's having a good time. This game is called Rudi Mezzler and the Mystery of Ghost Cove, and again, it is framed after those point-and-click adventure games from LucasArts games that I grew up on. So I hope you're getting that vibe, because I'm getting that vibe. Mind you, we're running the game, so it sort of changes the way we feel. So what kind of mid-game post should we be asking you guys? I grew up with a lot of these games, so I was thinking about framing a question around that, but I feel like that's a bit too loaded. So we should ask something in this game. Okay, I know. There was a word that was written on a piece of paper in the last shack. And it's going to be coming back in a big way. So I'm going to post in the Discord, what was the word in the, written on the piece of paper in the shack? So, answer that. Whoever answers that right, I'm going to roll a die, and then we're going to whoever won after rolling that die is going to win mid-game experience points. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things, and I can't just turn the camera away to someone else right now because I'm completely on my own. Hope everyone's having a good night. Is everyone enjoying themselves? It's hot in here. It's hot in the summertime, but luckily I have my real short sleeve little shirt going on, so I don't feel so hot in the shoulder area. Make sure you post it in the area that says mid-game post on the Discord. So it's below the Rudi Mezzler link on Discord. It's the one below it. And also, if you're watching this video on YouTube, make sure to like the video. Go do it right now. It looks like we have some new people joining the Discord. Zach Solomon, looks like you're a new member, so welcome. I saw someone else was chatting along early on, but it looks like maybe they stopped because they saw what the game was and they were like, I'm not interested in this anymore. So I'm going to take a minute to talk about some cool stuff that's going on. We've talked about it last week or the week before a little bit, but I always hate spending too much time because Justin is not going, but I'm really excited for it. On the first weekend in September, which is September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I believe, Toronto is holding Fan Expo. And Fan Expo is sort of the place to be nerd-wise. It's got tons of booths, tons of celebrities, tons of RPG and tabletop games, as well as video games and stuff like that. I went last year. It was a lot of fun, but I just went as a guest. And this year, I am going as a runner. I'm going to be running a few games. I'm probably going to be running The End of the World, probably going to be running Call of Cthulhu, and I may even be running Don't Walk in Winter Wood. So if you are in the Toronto area or a short drive from the Toronto area in the first week of September, you should come to Fan Expo, and there's a way to sign up through their website once the games are posted. Again, it's still a bit away, so 3 months I think, so you have time. But when it's posted, you should check it out. I'll post it on the Facebook group, and you should sign up for a game, because if you're sort of local, it'd be really cool to meet some of you, and more importantly, it'd be really cool to run a game for you. Jo is also going to Fan Expo. She's going to be running AL stuff. But I think she's going to be more managing it, so she might not be running games. But you'll get a chance to meet her and meet myself. Again, if you're in the Toronto area, if you're planning to come to Fan Expo. The reason I'm saying Fan Expo is because it's much bigger than the other one I'm going to mention in a second. Fan Expo is like the big kahuna that comes to Toronto. It's sort of like the Comic-Con. Last year, Bruce Campbell was there, and I was walking through, and I saw him. But I didn't really want to. I'm not the kind of person to like run up and be like, I need a photo with a celebrity. Mind you, if you meet me, we can take a photo. No charge either. Not that I'm a celebrity. But yeah, so Fan Expo, first week of September. The week after that, or I should say the weekend after that, which I believe is the 7th, 8th, and 9th-ish. Probably should get the dates. So sorry, September is 31st of August, 1st and 2nd of September. So that's the Fan Expo weekend. And then the 7th, 8th, and the 9th of September, myself and Joe, most likely, but definitely myself, I'm going down to Buffalo, New York, to be a part of the Queen City Con. I think it's called the Queen City Conquest Convention. It's much smaller than Fan Expo. I think it's only supposed to be like 300 to 400 to 500 people. So it's like really, really intimate. But I'm going as a industry or a gamer guest, I should say. So I'm not just going to be running games, but I'm also going to be possibly on a panel or two talking about nonsense that I don't know about. But I'm really excited for Buffalo because it's in the States, and I know a lot of you guys are around the New York area. I know New York's pretty fucking big, so I know there's going to be some people that can't drive all the way from wherever they are to Buffalo. But I think it'd be something that would be really cool to meet up with a bunch of you people down there, and furthermore, to get in on a game and to hang out with me there on around a table as well, because I can't think of anything cooler than not just meeting you guys, but running games for some of you. I mean, to sit at a table and be like, you know, Michael and Brianna and I don't know, Carly and Chris, and like, you know, to be able to play games for you guys or run a game for you guys, be pretty fucking awesome. Not to mention, I'm going to be running a Call of Cthulhu game there as well. So, if you are a fan, which if you're watching this, you probably are. I don't know why you're watching otherwise. And you want to meet me, and you liked Call of Cthulhu and would like to run a Call of Cthulhu game, I'm running an original Call of Cthulhu game for both of those conventions. So this would be a new one written by me at those two conventions. So it's really fucking exciting, and I'm really excited to be doing it. And I hope you guys come, because it's going to be really, really cool.
Sounds awesome.
Oh, there you are. I'm just like talking nonstop. I'm covered in fur. I am not.
I'm eating taco nonstop.
Taco grande.
Tacos.
Let's see what people are saying. Chris says, your neck of the woods. Chris, you should definitely come. You wish you were closer. I know, Megan. One time. I'm flying home to visit family in Ontario for a vacation, so coordinate with Fan Expo. Fucking awesome, Carly. Let us know for realsies, because we'll grab a beer or something. Can you guys just come visit Justin so you're closer, and can I visit? What do you say, Justin? Should we just visit you?
Yeah, come visit me out in the Midwest. The mountains are tall, and the rivers are cold.
And the rivers are cold. So, John, we'll show up at your house, and you'll drive us the rest of the way. It'd be really cool to do that. I would be really excited for that. But for real, Carly, if you are coming to Toronto, let us know. I'm friends with you on Facebook. Message. Because like when Godpool came, we all went out and played some games. At the very least, we'll meet up on the convention, be like, yo, what's up? And then maybe grab lunch or something like that. At the very most, we'll, you know, go to Wonderland and get drunk and start peeing on people. So you know Wonderland, right?
That was you. I saw that headline.
That was me. That was this guy. So yeah, it'd be really cool. And then all of you United States-based people, Buffalo, New York, book it. I don't know, man. I'm just really excited for the idea of like meeting some of you people, but not just that, but like running games for you as well. It'd be
Putting
really
faces
fucking cool.
to the names.
But wouldn't that be crazy? to be like, hey, so you've been watching us for 3 years. Nice to meet you. And like, let's sit down and actually play a fucking game. And then you'll like see me and you'll be like, oh.
Well, you know what it's kind of like? It's like we've got like a whole bunch, like, I don't know, dozens, hundreds of pen pals.
Dozens.
And dozens.
You know what the first thing that anyone who meets us is going to say?
You're taller than I expected.
Yep. Absolutely. They don't realize that we are all really tall, because I remember Joe said the same thing when she first like met us. She was like, "Oh, you guys are really tall." It's like, yeah, we're all like six. Like Chris is what, 6'3", 6'2"?
He's 6'2", I think.
I'm 6'4", and you're 6'5" or 6, right?
Yeah, it fluctuates.
I was gonna say it fluctuates because I've seen you my height a little higher.
Alex isn't as tall, but he's still taller than I.
Alex is still up there. Yeah, we're all very tall. You'd be like, oh, geez, you guys are tall.
Except for David. David is the.
David's just a little boy. he's just a little guy. He's just the littlest boy.
Only one.
But yeah, anyone who meets is gonna be like, oh, you guys are tall. It's like we know.
Sweet. Well, I'm excited for all of that stuff.
Me too. Well, you should come to Fan Expo or something.
I should come to Fan Expo.
Should do one of those.
So many other ways to spend my money on flights to go see people get married and stuff.
It's true. In Chicago.
Chicago.
We're both saying it at the same time. Yeah. I'm like a full 5'5". I got this. Okay, so mid-game, we got Worcestershire, not sure on spelling. Yeah, I think Langdon had it. He was sort of the first. It was Wortherston. But I sort of just spelt it however I want to spell it. So we are going to give it to Langdon. Well done, Langdon, for the mid-game pose. Gotta make it a point to say, boy, you're really tall. Yeah, I'm just going to be like, boy. All right, I get it. We get it. And then I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what? The weather up here is pretty wet. Mean. So how many people would be coming then? I'm curious. I know I've seen speculation. Carly, you're for sure coming to Fan Expo. Who else is... I want to know who else would be coming, especially to the Buffalo one, because it's potential that Joe can't come, which means I'm going alone, which means I'm going to need some friends. I'm going to need some people to be like, yeah, I'm going to be like done a convention. It's going to be like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, I could really go for getting really drunk right now and doing some karaoke. I'm going to be like, where's all these people's at?
Where's all these people's at?
If anyone comes to Buffalo and I get drunk, we're gonna do some Les Mis karaoke.
One day more,
another day, another destiny. This never-ending road to Calvary.
Calgary.
Hey, that's good. This man who seemed to know my crime will nearly come a second time. One day more.
I did not live until today.
All right.
Oh, I thought we were into that. Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off. Continue.
We could just do the entire thing right now. Except there's a point in that song whenever I say it now where it kind of gets looped and I get like...
Yeah, you get... I do the same thing. You can't get off of it.
Yeah.
You just can't get off of that. You're like, wait, what?
I can't get off on Les Mis. That's
well,
not true.
Yeah, anyone can get off of Les Mis.
Anyone can get off on it.
Just wait for that. Look down. Oh.
You don't have to wait very long.
No, you don't. The first thing said. Look down. Your name is John Vagina.
John Vagina.
John Vaginon.
John
Vagina, you crazy diamond.
My name is John Vaginon.
Oh.
Are we waiting for something?
Nope. Just.
Oh, okay.
Joe's not here to kick us.
We're just bantering. This is just witty.
Just banter. Just witty banter.
Oh, no.
Witty. Yeah. This is where Joe's like, all right, guys. So I'll just do it for us. All right, guys. Okay, without further ado, where did we leave off?
Oh, I think it was One
just got
more
the hot
day
dog.
before the storm.
Should I? Da, 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 da. It was the hot dog we got, right?
Oh yeah, hot dog guy ran off, and then I recounted my list and I put it up in the chat, and then
And that was it. Ladies and gentlemen,
I got
without
it.
further ado, we return to Rudi Mezzler and the mystery of Ghost Cove. I think, Rudi, that the dog will like that hot dog. Perhaps we can coax it away from the gate.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Come on, Sir Alabaster, let's do this.
And the two of you head towards the front gate, a few feet before the dog, which sits there snarling and growling and flarling.
Is it cast iron all the way around, or is it like cast iron gates and then like a stone wall?
It's wrought iron and stone wall.
Okay, all right.
Cast iron's what you
So-
cook with.
What's the cast iron?
I
Wrought
don't
iron,
know what the
sorry.
difference is. I don't. Don't even ask me. It could be the same.
Well, we know that forks aren't going to scratch it. Or is that stainless steel?
That's
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
So I pull out the hot dog, and the dog is barking at me. And I like move it back and forth, and I say, "Follow me, doggy!" And I start moving the hot dog like along the fence,
Yeah.
like around the back.
Okay. And it starts falling.
Try to- All right, come on, doggy, come on. And then I gotta get to a high point where it's like a little hard for the dog to like jump. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
like skewer the hot dog on top of one of the spikes.
Oh, smart. And it just starts yupping up and trying to get it, and it's distracted.
Perfect. And I run back to Sir Albus Bastard. And I say, "Let's go." And I try to open the gate.
So you walk up to the gate, and it's locked, and there's a little sort of electronical crackly thing on the side. It says,
Wow, what is this technology?
that's why it's so new.
I ain't never seen anything like this, Sir Alabaster. It looks like it's broken. Maybe if I open it up, and I try to like see if there's a panel to open it and look inside.
Yeah, and you see that it's a string. It's like running into the house. And it's actually just like a tin can type thing. There's someone at the gate! There's somebody at the gate!
And then I speak into it, and I say, "Oi, hi, hello, hi, this is Rudi Mezzler. You wanted to speak with me?"
I can't hear you. You'll have to speak up.
Oh, okay. And actually, I'm gonna grab the can,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna pull it so that the string is taut.
nice.
Can I do that? Like a...
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Rudi Mezzler.
Oh,
Rudi
that's-
Mezzler's my name.
Oh, that's much clearer. Yes, the key is under the mat. And you look down, there's like a giant, comically large welcome mat right in front of the iron gate.
Oh. Thank you.
And it zips back in. Zip.
I reach down and I grab the key under the mat.
So the mat's like literally like a carpet. Like you have to like lift it.
I roll it.
And you roll 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 and you get to W. And you roll and you roll and get to E and roll and L and C. And finally at halfway you see just a tiny little key in the center.
Oh, here it is. Oh, what a workout. Goodness. All right.
At least the key was easy to find. Perhaps we should keep it with us just in case we need it.
The key or the carpet?
Well, definitely the key. I wouldn't be able to carry that carpet.
I wouldn't be able to either. The carpet stays. The key doesn't. And so I try to open the gate with the key.
And it clicks, and the large gate swings open.
And I grab the key out of it. Whoop.
Perfect.
Popped it back.
And you enter into this beautiful, lavishly designed garden. There are structures hand-carved out of the trees and bushes. You see some that resemble hands sticking up, some that resemble diamonds and emeralds and gems, some that look like human heads. One just looks like an eyeball. All different strange shapes. Some that look like snakes. One that looks like a unicorn riding a turkey. Very specific carvings.
Very interesting. So, I'm going to get a closer look at those.
Okay.
So this would be the equivalent of me clicking on it, and then it would zoom up and it would show the art. I'll do a spot hidden.
Totally.
Uh-oh, I rolled 2.
Uh-oh. We'll take the first one, 38.
All right, that sounds good.
So yeah, you take a look at it. And you hear a yawn behind you, and Alabaster says, my apologies. I'm a ghost, but I still get tired. And you look at it, and yeah, it looks to be a bush, expertly carved craftsmanship within it. Nothing seems out of the ordinary about it, though.
Interesting. I just never seen these types of animals doing these weird things before. Like, have you ever seen a unicorn riding a turkey?
Down by the bay?
I feel like that should come after it for some reason. I'm gonna write this down. Maybe we can come up with a song.
Sure. So at the end of this passageway, you do see the 3 main sort of animals. You do see a unicorn riding a turkey. You see a turtle, and on top of the turtle is a bear. And then you see a giant frog on top of a swan. And they're sort of each in that order from right to left.
Unicorn on turkey, turtle on bear, frog on swan.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep it in mind. All right, let's see if we can meet up with this fella, this Peace Mite.
Perfect.
And so are we inside yet? We're not inside yet.
No, but there are 2 large doors that that are sitting there, and you open them up, and there's a creak. And as you enter, you see a record playing and a gramophone, this large sort of bell amplifying the sound of this music, and it's just like
oh, some jazz music. I like me some jazz.
No, it's like a dude singing that.
Oh. Oh, I wonder who it is. Okay, well, hello? Hello?
And you hear sort of a thud from upstairs.
Rudi Mezzler, private investigator. Hello? Is nobody coming, Alabaster?
I don't think so, sir. I mean, it doesn't look like it.
Well, I'm gonna see if they've got another record, because this one's kind of weird. You know who it reminds me of is,
Who's that?
You ever seen that guy? The like Russian guy who's like wears like a tight like spandex suit.
Oh yeah.
Just like stands on stage. It's like
so good.
Yeah.
I forgot what that song is. That's a good one though.
It is.
I'm framing it after that. There's a soundtrack to an old video game that I'll play after this. It's an old claymation video game. I forget. But it was like. Anyway, so yeah, you walk over. There's only one record, and the title of the record is Bop It Up It Up Up.
Okay, well, I'll take it off. Do you think it's technically stealing if I take this? Because we might need it later.
I don't think you should take it, bud. It was kind of an annoying song. You do what you think is right, Rudy.
I'll just put it away.
And you can add one record to your inventory.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'll leave it here because I don't want to steal. Even though stealing was never a thing in any of those games.
Yeah, no, you can take whatever you want. Rudy's just your conscience.
I'll just put it back. Hey, if I need it, I can come back and get it, right?
True. You can always take it for now and put it back when you find out you don't need it, though.
Oh, sure, why not?
Better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it.
I never heard that saying before. That's clever. And I take it, and not need it.
Added to your inventory.
Up,
and you hear that thump again upstairs. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so, I don't know. Alabaster, I think someone might be in trouble upstairs.
I think it must be the homeowner. You take the lead. I'll follow.
Oh, you're a ghost. You should be the one leading.
All right. And he takes the lead. And he starts flying up. And after a moment he says, "Come up! It seems like the old man is waiting for us."
Oh, all right. And I huff and puff my way up the stairs. I'm not the most active person. And I make my way around to the room that Alabaster leads me to.
Perfect. And at the end of a long hallway, you see a single light on in one of these many rooms of this mansion. This is the top floor. And you walk down the hallway, you see paintings depicting various creatures attacking other creatures. And as you turn the last hallway with the only light on, you enter this large room. And what you see is bizarre. There are bookshelves along most of the walls, but the large square room is divided in half by a big plexiglass window and almost like a vault door. And above and below the window are runes carved into it of various shapes and sizes, different images depicting different things. And on the other side of the glass is a well-lit room. You see a bed, a writing desk, an exercise bike, and an old man standing, leaning on a cane, staring at you through the window. And I forget the voice I had for this guy. Sort of Sean Connery-esque, I think. Oh, hello there. My name is P. Smythe. I see you've gotten my letter.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, what can I help you with, sir? Rudi Mezzler.
Please, pull up a seat. And he, goes to shake your hand, but again, he's behind glass, right? And Alabaster. Sorry. Alabaster sits sort of in the corner and says, "Rudi, I'm not able to get through that glass. It seems like he has it protected from spirits."
Oh, interesting. All right, well, you stay here then, and I'll go through. Is there a door through the glass?
There is a vault door, and the man sees you motioning towards it, and he says, No. I'd prefer to talk through like this. I don't wish to welcome anyone into my domain.
That's a nifty bike you got there, so it just, stays still while you ride it?
Yes, isn't it brilliant? I bought it to keep in shape. I didn't know how long I'd be stuck in here. I didn't know how long I'd be stuck in here. We'll go a little more Sean Connery. I didn't know how long I'd be stuck in here, so I bought this exercise bike in order to keep myself fit. But please, Rudi, have a seat.
Okay. I sit down. I wait for him to tell me his monologue.
I've heard that you're the best. I inherited this mansion from my father, who bought this land, and built upon it. But it is not without its history. There have always been things that are odd about this island. It was said to be a pirate haven over 200-300 years ago, and that a curse was placed upon the island and all that tried to inhabit it. Of course, these tales were poppycock for much of my life, despite the fact that many of my family died. But yesterday, or rather 2 weeks ago, it's a big difference, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in the cellar, getting a bottle of Baudelaire 22, when I saw it. A mysterious swirling and whirling on the wall. A long, tendril-like hand reached out to me, its fingers thick and white and bony. It tried to grab me. I ran up here, locked myself in my spirit-safe room, and I have not left since.
Oy. That's pretty scary.
I was spooked, yes.
Well, what makes you think that I'm going to be the one to take care of this creature? I mean, I'm just a regular private investigator who sometimes can see into the supernatural realm.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to dance between a full-on Sean Connery impression and something else. I think I'm just going to go full Connery. Is that all right?
Why don't you just speak with your natural voice?
This is my natural voice. I need to go full Connery. Is that all right?
Oh, no, I suppose that's fine with me. I don't even know who this Connery man is.
He's an old friend of mine. Now listen,
Oh, wow.
I need you to investigate this island. I know there are spirits here, and I need, above anything else, to make sure it's safe again. Please, banish all the spirits that inhabit this island. Let me have my peaceful giant island to myself again. And I will pay you handsome.
And Roger.
Who?
Roger. Hot dog salesman.
Oh, my son, yes. He is quite the rambunctious little tyke, isn't he? Is he still a young one? How old is he now? Must be in his...
I think he's got a beard. Did he have a beard? No, he was pretty young. He wore a hat.
Interesting. It's been a long time, then. Very well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll help you with your ghost problem. I mean, it's not going to be free. I mean, here's a copy of my rates, and I pull out a pamphlet that has my rates on it.
Right. Any money you need, I'm sure I can pay. I make quite a bit in the coal and philanthropy, and I make money in philanthropy. You got to be pretty good at it to do what I do.
Wow.
I'm so smart, I make money on giving it away.
Wow. All right. Well, then I'd be glad to receive some of that money when I take care of your ghost problem. Is there anything else you can tell me about these, this creature, or these pirates, you say, or,
Just... Well, actually, here. And he turns around and he grabs something off the shelf and he puts it in sort of like a drawer, Silence of the Lambs style. It opens on your side. And inside is an old pirate skull. Take this with you. It's been in my family for generations and it may come in handy. Or it can be used as a mighty fine drinking flask.
Have you used it as such?
I've only used it once as such. I got pretty drunk off it. I haven't heard Sean Connery in a long time. I don't think I'm doing a good impression.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. I used to do it really good, but I haven't heard him. He hasn't been in anything in so long.
Yeah, whatever happened to Sean Connery?
Whatever happened to Sean Connery? Sean Connery. I'm Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Fuck
Sean
you.
Connery. Fuck you. All right, well...
Losers go home and cry about losing. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. That's one of my favorite lines from The Rock. And then the kid's just like, Karen was the prom queen.
That's great.
Good movie. All right.
Yeah, so where should I start? Should I start in the basement where you...
Start in the wine cellar. It was exactly where I saw the odd shape on the wall and where a bony hand reached out towards me.
Ah. All right, well, we'll start there. Sounds pretty scary, though. I mean, need some of that wine for myself.
Don't touch my wine, you'll make it dirty. And he turns off the lights to his room, and it's like, bathed in darkness. And Alistair turns to you. This man doesn't sound like he's lying. It sounds like this island was inhabited by spirits, but I didn't see any coming up, did you?
No, I didn't. I'd never even seen a spirit before, Sir Alabaster.
You know I'm a spirit, right?
Oh, well, besides you, and besides that other guy, I don't think I've ever seen... Oh, I know what I mean to say. I've never seen a skeleton before.
No.
A spirit that's inhabiting a pile of bones. That's interesting. That's different. That's a little scary, and I think that maybe we should sleep on it
No, 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 no,
In the
no.
morning,
Now, Rudy,
we will.
don't do what
figure
you've
it
done
out.
before. Don't turn your back on this. I know you're scared, but you owe it to yourself. You owe it to the family name to push on through.
Oi, I'm just tired. I haven't slept in 22 hours. I went on a plane ride, and you know how transit always makes me sleepy, but I didn't get a chance to sleep. Now I gotta take care of a skeleton army, maybe? I mean, even, like...
Rudy,
Jeez.
I don't want to hear this anymore. You are blessed with a power that many would kill to have. The ability to see... Rudy, the ability to see undead creatures, the ability to see loved ones that have passed. It is such a beautiful blessing from God. You need to be able to appreciate it. There are so many that wish they had what you had.
I don't believe in God. I believe in more of like a universal spirit that kind of connects everybody and kind of is like it's all connected. Like the universe, like working together to you know. Oh.
As a paladin, I'm going to presume and assume that I misheard you when you said that you don't believe in a god. Rudy, think of all the people that you'll be helping. And if that doesn't work, then I will use... What?
I can think of 2 people I'll be helping by doing this mission.
Well, that's...
Literally... Maybe more like just 1.
Well, there's 2 more than we helped this morning. And to use a word that you so lovingly use, don't be a schmuck.
Oh, you use my own language against me, huh? You throw that in my face, huh?
I'm trying to learn.
Well, you're the schmuck making me do this. I'm grumbling as I'm going down into the cellar. Like, I didn't want to do this.
Yes, I know. I know.
I haven't eaten a banana in like 4 hours.
Well, have a banana if you'd like. You've earned it.
And I wait on the bottom step. And I say, no, I'll save one to reward myself with. All right, here's a wine cellar. I'm looking at a bunch of dusty wine on the shelf. Oh, this is an old wine. What is this?
Rudy, put it down. Let's keep looking. And Alabaster sort of walks or floats through, sort of clutching his ghost sword, looking around.
Well, I'm gonna do a spot hidden here and see whether or not anything strikes my eye. I'm looking for that Boulay 65 or whatever he had.
Boulay 22.
222. All right, so I succeeded a hard success.
Yes, you see that the wine cellar is vast. The floor above is sort of built with these old, ancient wood pillars, and the columns are built from stone.
I'm picturing like rounded.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like
the actual building itself, this basement, looks very old. The dirt floor sort of rings true to something, and you can smell years and years of use. And the floor above looks well used as well. Mind you, you entered through the kitchen, so you didn't quite get to see what the floor looked like above it. But something about this place just seethes with history, and yet you don't quite... you still don't see any spirits or feel any spirits. As you know, living day to day in New York, you see spirits walking down the street every day. Every corner is filled with the undead. And yet, since you arrived on this island, despite feeling surrounded by spirits, you don't see any. I'm gold blooming. I don't know why, but that line made me think of him.
It's like a muse, your gold muse.
No matter where you look, there's one there and there. But anyway, you're surrounded. You can't see them though, but you feel them. And as you walk over to the Baudelaire, you see Alabaster sort of float up as well, and he looks at you and he says, "I don't feel good. Something feels off here." And he points with the sword towards the stone wall, and from a tiny little hole you see a large opening sort of stretch out, and a skeleton's hand reaches out towards you. And you can just cower?
I cower, yeah.
Perfect. The hand grabs you and begins pulling you in.
Oh, gosh, Alistair, help me.
And Alistair's trying to desperately grab onto you, but he can't. But then he grabs onto the bony arm, and the bony arm stops. And immediately you see bones start coming into Alistair's spirit. And he's like, what, ho? And then all of a sudden the arm reaches hard, and the two of you go tumbling through the portal, and you're overcome by flashing lights and a whirring sensation, and you hear a sound buzzing through your ears, and you open your eyes in the cellar. But you're no longer in the cellar as it once was. It looks different. Rather than wine, it's filled with barrels, and rather than the ancient floor and the cobweb-covered stones, it looks newer, darker almost, and you hear above you the singing and chanting of many people. And looking over to Alabaster, you see him in the flesh. My God. Where are we?
Oh my God, Alistair, you don't even look like a ghost anymore.
No, I don't feel like a ghost. I feel alive again. I can breathe. I can pray. I can touch things, including myself. Rudi, I think for whatever reason we've transported to a different world.
Well, we gotta keep our wits about us. Let's not forget that skeleton hand just pulled us into a portal, and now we're in a new, strange land.
It doesn't seem that strange. It seems like this is the same basement we left, but it's in a different time.
Oh, well, you might be right there. Let's see if this Boodler 22227 is here.
22? And you look
22.
And all of the wines are gone. Now there's just large barrels.
It's just barrels, that's right. So oh. Is there like a cup or like a flagon or like a...
Yes, there's a flagon sitting on one of the barrels that's tapped.
Perfect. So I'm going to take the flagon, excuse me, I'm going to put it under the tap, and I'm going to pour out whatever's in there.
And you fill your mug with some grog.
Grog? What is grog doing in here? Hey.
I don't know. I've never heard this terminology, grog. What does it taste like?
Yeah, you taste it.
It's some sort of alcoholic beverage, like a brew of some sort, with hops and something else very strong.
I'll try it. I take a sip of it. It tastes like beer?
It does, in a way.
In a way.
I don't know where we are. And as we're talking, you see a man walking down the steps.
Oh, hide, Alabaster.
And we hide behind two barrels, and you see a man standing down there with a peg leg. And he says, "Yar, we'll need another barrel of the grog. Come on down, men. Grab a few more." And two men follow down behind this man, and they pick up a barrel and they head back upstairs. And you hear the man, "More grog for the boys!" And you hear cheering and stomping, and the floorboards above you are moving, and dust is sort of falling down between the slats.
Those looked like pirates to me, Sir Alabaster. We're gonna have to be very careful.
I don't know what a pirate is, but yes, something seems off about this for sure.
They've got swords. Do you still have your sword?
Oh, yes, and he pulls it out. Shing! I have a sword. My old sword. Amelie, I've missed you so. And he puts it away.
All right. Well, I think that we were teleported to the past. And now we're connected to whatever is causing the disturbance at Sir Peacemythe's place. And if we can solve whatever's going on here, maybe stop these pirates, then maybe we stop what's happening back in the present, which is now the future, and the present is the past.
I'm from the past as well. Let's go.
For you? Yeah, let's go. Equip your sword.
Done. And he pulls out his sword and runs up the stairs. No. Charge!
Alabaster, wait. Boy,
and he runs upstairs.
Oh, Ivan. All right. And I try to follow up the stairs after him.
And as you do, you turn the corner and it's like been a second, but you see Alabaster sort of drunkenly swinging, two pirates on either shoulder, and they're like, "And the best there ever was, yar!" And Alabaster's like, "Yar, this bloody brilliant!" And he like cheers it, and there's like splashing, and he comes down, he stumbles down, and he's like, "Rudi, I think I found my people."
Alabaster, I think you're drunk. Hey.
No, I haven't. I've only had some of this grog, and it's no different than anything else I've had in a long, long time. But it's so nice! And he turns around and he like stretches his arms out. "These people are my people now. Look at this man over here." And he runs over. Poor Jeremy. Purely just wanted to help his wife and kids. And then he's like, speaks up, he's like, "My wife's dead. Right, his kids killed me kids. Right. He's out to help himself, and that's so noble." And he's like got no teeth, and his like eyes gone. He's like, and Clark over here. And he runs over and he puts his arm around Clark. "Hey, Clark. But I actually don't know much about Clark. And Clark's like, "I like money and I like killing." "Right, well, Clark is a simple man. These people are working folk. They're simple folk. We need to help them." I think I am drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. And I reach into my backpack and I give him a banana. There's nothing better than getting rid of the drunkies than eating a banana. Now you eat this. Eat the whole thing, and then we'll continue once you're done.
And he walks over and it sits in the corner and starts eating a banana. And as he does, a portly man with glasses sort of walks over and he says, "You don't look like you belong here. Did you stumble in the stumble in?"
"Oh, yeah. The stumble in."
And he looks, there's a sign over the door that says, "The Stumble Inn." Great name, by the way, community. Such a good name for an inn.
Yeah, I'm from the Stumble Inn, and you are. Yeah, it's a nice place to be, I guess. Yeah, here, surrounded by Clark, and yeah.
You're not from around here. Your clothes look weird. You're dressed like a 1920s investigator.
Yeah, they do look weird, I guess. I don't have any fitting clothes. You have a place where I can buy some nice clothes?
Come over here for a second. And he goes to the back room and he sits down and says, "You don't look like from you're around here, and I need some help."
Oh, why do you need help? What makes you think that I'm the person who can help you?
Because I seen that hole in the basement as well. I tried reaching in a few times, and every time I do, my hand comes back looking worse for wear. And he holds up his hand and pulls up a long glove, and it's like a skeleton arm.
Oh, what happened to you?
Just regular stuff. 2 years ago, my captain landed us on this island, looking for Emerald Eye Evans' treasure. He's been gone for 2 years, so I decided to build. I built this inn. We built a few more outcropping buildings. We built some stuff down by the shore. But he's never come back with the treasure. And we can't get off this island. I feel like we're trapped here, like we're cursed. Between time, I can feel people moving through us. I can feel people walking on the floorboards above us. I can feel all manner of things. I feel like we just need to move on. But we can't. Not until the treasure's found. We need your help.
Oh. Okay.
And Alistair walks in.
Find some treasure.
I heard something about treasure. I think we can help.
Yeah, we're gonna help this man and these people find that treasure. Once they find the treasure, then they can leave. What's this treasure called? Whose treasure is it?
It's the treasure of Emerald Eye Evans. There's the golden claw, the silver tongue, and the ting triangle. If you bring all three back to me, then... And he looks around and he says, the curse can be lifted. We've been here day and night. People have passed from exhaustion, dying. They just don't know what to do with themselves. They're stuck in a limbo, a timeless void, where the dead come to life and the life are dead. It makes no sense. And Alabaster sort of nods and says, I think I know what you mean. And he looks down at you and says, I think this is why I'm back to life. I don't believe this is our plane of existence. I believe this is a purgatory of such sense.
Well, it doesn't sound very fun by what you're explaining to me. Okay, well, where can I start? Where can I look for this treasure?
The Golden Claw. You can find it at Han's #1 Happy Food on the far side of the island. The Silver Tongue is in a cabin near there. You'll find it on your way back. When you have those two, come to me and I'll tell you where the triangle is. You must be quick, please. These men are dying from exhaustion. They need to move on.
Hey, all right, let's go. So, Alabaster, we gotta save these people, because now it seems like there's a lot more people that we're helping out than just the man who was who's telling us to help him.
And he looks at you, smiling. Right. I'm proud of you. Let's go. And you exit the Stumble Inn, which again later became the base for the mansion, which now resides, or now the older man lives in. And you start heading north towards, he said, and as you reach the sort of jungle, it's still night. It's all sort of night, but this world feels different. Something seems odd about it. The moon sort of hangs eerily high in the sky, like a big pizza pie. That's amore. And it's sort of a yellowish color, and a greenish haze sort of floats over the mists of this island as the two of you head north through a thin path that carves through the jungle. It's so great to be alive again, I must tell you.
Well, it's great that you're slashing away all of the brush for me.
Of course. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Sword smithing. Sword. Sword, sword, sword. Sword. Sword.
Oh, I think that's enough. Look! I point ahead, and I see...
The golden H of Han's #1 Happy Food.
Ah... Well, is it like a, yeah, okay, so it's like the Golden Arches? It's like...
Yeah, it's the Golden H. It's like McDonald's, but
Hans.
Hans.
Hans's.
Yeah, just Hans.
Old Hans had a farm.
And as you approach, it says on a big sign, it's like, Han's Happy Meal, you know, 1 in 10 chance to win a golden claw. And there's a picture of like a golden claw on the Happy Meal. And like a kid opening it like...
Like a pirate kid?
Yeah.
All right, so I walk in, ding-a-ling-a-ling.
And it's just like empty. And there's one dude standing behind the counter. There's like music playing, like... Da, 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 da,
is it Roger? Is it like Rogers is like ancestor?
Not really. It's sort of, he just looks like a kid. He's a bit pimply and he's like, hi, welcome to Han's Happy Food. How can I help you?
Well, we're here for Golden Claw. Now, I understand there's a 1 in 10 chance to win it, but you work behind the counter. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I had too much grog. You work behind the counter, right? So you're in charge of what goes into a Happy Meal, right?
I'm not legally allowed to change what goes inside the Happy Food meals. You have the same chances as everyone else when you buy your Happy Food meal.
Okay, I
listen, dude.
that.
I can't alter the game. You want to play it, you can play it, but that's about it.
But what if I had something that might change your mind?
Like what?
Well, I've got this, and I pull out my fountain pen.
Okay.
You look like you spend a lot of time back there, don't you?
Yeah.
You ever thought about taking up one of the arts? Drawing? Poetry?
I mean, I guess I am a poet.
And how do you keep your poems?
In my brain.
Well, what if I told you there was a way that you could take those poems, put them on, and keep them on an object so that if your brain forgets one day, then you'd be able to keep those poems and like refresh your memory, and yeah, then you'd still have them, and yeah, it'd be nice, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so here, let me show you. And I pull out the Peacemeath letter, and I put it like face down on the table, and I take out the pen, and I start like scribbling on it. I say, "Oh, tell me a poem. Tell me one of your poems right now."
Eros harrows my heart, wild winds whipping desolate mountains, uprooting oaks.
Bam. See this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your poem.
Wow.
Yeah, this pen made it possible for me to write it down. Now it's stuck on this piece of paper until you want to destroy it. Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. Okay. But listen,
yeah.
dude, I can't just give you the golden claw.
No, you wouldn't be giving it to me. You'd just be modifying the game a little bit so that instead of a 10% chance of getting a golden claw, when I give you this fountain pen, my chances increase to somewhere around the 100% mark.
Look, you're cool, dude. I'll give you a 50-50 chance. And he bends down, and he like, you hear some searching, and he stands up and he puts 2 happy food meals on the counter. First and foremost, how are you going to pay for these?
How much?
Well, it's $16.95.
Wow, that's a lot of money. $16.95 of what currency?
Dollars.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I don't have that kind of money.
Well, we also take barter.
Oh,
And he points to to the wall, and it has like an exchange rate.
Okay, I walk over to the wall. 1 second. And I type in banana. How much would a banana exchange for?
$2.
Okay, so I got another 4 of those. How much would a bird's beak?
$16.90.
Oh, that's handy. What about a box of thumbtacks?
2 cents.
Oh, okay. Gate key?
2 cents.
Oh, what about this pirate skull?
Incorrect.
And what about
Incorrect.
Bob-a-dob-a-dop-dop record?
Ooh. That's gotta be worth $19.95.
Nice. Perfect. So then I exchanged the hell out of that.
Not the Bob-a-dob-a-dop-dop record.
I know. I was thinking I never would have to use it, but here we are. When in Rome.
And you get $16.95 back, or
Yes!
$19.95 back.
Yes. All right. Now I got some money to spare. I'm rich.
All right.
now.
Well, which one do you want to buy? You can only buy one. I'm not gonna let you pick through them before.
Can't buy both of them, eh? All right. I'll do this one. I'm gonna roll. What should I roll? 1d100.
Yeah, I guess, eh? And then anything under 50 will be a success.
That sounds good to me.
Is that a 50-50 chance?
Oh, 42.
So you scoop it up and you feel something like heavy in it, like really heavy because it's gold. and yeah, you like just dump it out and it's just this big thick metal claw. Well done, Rudi.
Oh, thank you. It was just a matter of chance. But I had chance on my side. And now we got a golden claw. Now, he said, we can't waste any time. He said that the silver tongue was near the claw somewhere, right? Near
He said on the way home, he said there was a cabin that we should stop off at.
Uh-huh, yeah. Let's go check out that cabin. Hey, kid.
Yeah.
Here's your pen.
Oh, totally. And he looks at it, like, longingly, and he's like, go and catch a falling star. Get it with child, a mandrake root. Tell me where all past years are, or who cleft the devil's foot. Teach me to hear mermaids singing, or to keep off envy's stinging, and find what wind serves to advance an honest mind. Thanks, dude. And he, like, turns around and starts writing.
And as Alabaster and I leave, I kind of whisper in his ear, that didn't even rhyme. What kind of poem was that?
The best poems don't often rhyme. But I agree, they typically do.
I don't even understand what you mean by that.
And as you exit, you see a cabin on the edge of the woods.
A cabin in the woods?
On the edge of the woods, but yes.
Oh, okay. The B-movie version. All right, so I'm going to investigate this cabin.
Perfect.
Wait!
So, what?
Rudi!
Yes?
Let me look at it from a distance first.
Go for it.
I've got a sneaking suspicion. I failed.
Yes, I have that suspicion
Got a sneaking
too.
suspicion that I should eat a banana first. And I eat the banana, and then we go in.
You have so many banana peels at this point?
Oh yeah, I've got like 3.
It's perfect. Keep track. And then you head towards the woods, and as we cut through the woods, the cabin is sort of offset a little bit. And as you approach, there's sort of this stone pillar sitting right in front of the door that we work around. And we enter in, and the door shuts behind us, and there are no windows or doors except the ones that we entered into. And you hear a click on the door behind us.
And I try to open the door.
And it's locked.
Well, it's a good thing I ate that banana. Banana. I don't know why I said it like that. All right.
And written above the fireplace it says, non desistas, non exirtis.
Non desistas, non exercis. Well, I've got a lot of English. You think that might be French? I got some French training.
No, that's Latin.
Do you know Latin? You come from a time where Latin might have been a thing.
I can try. And he sort of studies it for a second. It says, never give up, never surrender.
Oh, that sounds like a quote that someone might say in the future. We shall never surrender. Anything else in here? The spot hidden in the room?
Yeah. Oh, nice. No, it seems in fact that all the windows are sealed. You see the fireplace sealed. Everything is locked up tighter than a drum.
Oi, well, it doesn't look like we're getting out of here anytime soon, Alabaster.
Something about that. Never give up, never surrender. It seems too purposeful.
Maybe. And I run towards the door and I start like banging it, like.
And you're just pushing against it?
Yeah, I'm just like banging it, trying to open it.
Yeah, no, nothing happens.
After like an hour.
Still nothing. And Alabaster is just like sitting down, like, never give up, never surrender.
N-G-U-N-S. Nagoons! N-guns!
N-guns?
N-guns.
What could that mean?
Well, let's see. It could mean that I'm supposed to keep on trying to open that door and never surrender, which I just did because.
Did you try to open the door though?
I did try to open the door. I was banging against it. Maybe I should try the knob.
And you try the knob and it opens.
Oh. Well, it's a good thing we didn't just give up and give into our despair.
And as we exit, the stone pillar that we saw the back of towards the house is actually a face with its mouth open. And in it is a silver tongue.
Oh, perfect. Alabaster, can you grab that silver tongue for me?
Right on it. And he reaches in and grabs the tongue.
Ah, perfect. Put it in the bag, right next to the golden claw. And let's go back to What's-His-Face and see whether or not he can tell us where the last piece is. We can get these people off this island and call it a day. Oi!
Ricardo is back waiting for us in the back room of the Stumble Inn. And he says, "Well, you've gotten them all right. That's amazing. The captain tried for as long as he could, the Pirate King, I should say, but he never managed to get anything other than the tin star. I mean, the tin triangle, which you'll have to get from him.
Oh,
See,
okay.
When the captain failed at getting the other two, he went to the Cove, the Ghost Cove. He went down there.
Oh.
He sat on the ship, the Ghost Ship, and he's waiting there, waiting for me to send somebody to retrieve the last piece. But you can do it, I almost promise. You're strong enough, you're brave enough, probably. You can do it."
You almost promise. That's a very strange thing to say. It's like, well, okay. I'll try it. I'll try it anyway. I don't just almost promise. I promise that I'll try. We'll go get this back. Right, Sir Alabaster?
Right. Just listen. He's going to quiz you to make sure you're worthy.
Oi.
But
Okay.
remember, he's nothing in his pockets but lint.
Oh, okay. And a tin star. Or triangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thanks. And, yeah. Do you want to hang on to this golden stuff?
No,
Or should
no, you
I-
take him. It's going to be all right.
I'll
Man,
take
you
it.
put three together, so open the
okay.
pool to get out of here, kills us all instantly. Totally fine.
Yeah,
you can take the elevator down there, by the way. At the end of the hall, there's like this elevator
Oh, thank
with
you.
two
yeah,
short
okay.
people working it. What?
Well, let's may as well get in. Sorry, we're gonna use the elevator. So can you get it ready?
It's okay.
Thank you.
Like cranking it. Just like their arms are so strong, but they're so
people.
little. Are you ready for this? This man sounds like a lunatic, a monster, ready to die for his beliefs.
Am I ready to die? Oh, am I gonna die? I didn't
Well,
realize that. I didn't
it's
realize
a
that was on the
good-
table.
It's a good chance, like 50%, yes.
What?
I'm ready to
Oh.
die. I've done it before. It's not so bad.
Well, I don't want to be a spirit. I got things to do. I want to get married. I want to
Well-
have kids.
Really? How many kids do you want?
Oh, I think just one. I want to just spoil one real bad, you know?
Yes.
Plus,
when do you
it's
want-
financially not very feasible to have more than one these
If
days.
you're going to get married,
It's the
could I be
20s.
your best man?
Was that? Would that be weird? And we're like going down the elevator. Like,
No, I don't
mean,
think it'd be weird. It's
No,
totally
but I
fine.
mean, not everybody can see spirits. Like,
Most people can.
very few people would be able to actually see that you're my best man. And if I
Well,
said,
then it wouldn't
"Hey,
hurt
this is
anybody's
my
feelings. You wouldn't have to hurt your brother's feelings. Have you called
I
him, by
just-
the way?
I would say that it's very presumptuous to ask whether or not you can be someone's best man, and I don't.
Well,
I
I
don't
thought
mean-
we were closer than that. I
we
didn't
are
think I'd
very
be stepping
close.
over
We're
anyone's
very good friends, and of course, I would definitely consider you and try to
Also,
make it
family.
work.
Family doesn't count for anything nowadays.
That is actually true. Maybe you could be like great
And the elevator lands at the bottom as we
great,
walk
great,
out.
great grandfather.
Look,
and you'd
there's
get the first
mushrooms. We're at like the core of the world, and there's like lava coaxing around these like rocks, and in the center is this like ghost ship, like this ancient decrepit ship, like surrounded by lava and bubbling, and there's like mushrooms.
Wait.
I knew there'd be mushrooms in hell.
I actually really like mushrooms, so I'm just gonna help myself here.
Don't eat them.
Well, I'll just hold on to them, and then we'll check them later.
Fine,
Maybe
take
that
16.
16? Take 16, did you say?
Well,
Fine.
16
Take
muffins.
16.
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Seems like a good number.
Let's go.
All right. Down the pathway with some more mushrooms, our two intrepid adventurers travel towards their certain doom.
Rudy, why are you doing that? How do you know it's our certain doom? Don't do that.
I know. I get my head all in a tizzy, and I worry that it's... You know, I just talk myself out of things. I don't think we should be doing this. I think we should just you know, cut our losses, take these mushrooms,
Rudy.
go back home.
Rudy, I've been by your side for many a year now, and I've been waiting to do this. And he slaps you.
Oi!
Snap the fuck out of it. You are given a gift, by God. I was given the gift as a paladin. I used it every chance I could. You're going to do the goddamn same. Now, toughen up.
Can you
and
say
let's
that?
Go. What?
God, you just used your Lord's name in vain.
No. I
You
said
did. I heard
said,
you.
No, I said glob.
Glob's damn.
Glob's dead.
I was given a gift by Glob.
Well, that too, but let's... Come on now! Let's kill us a pirate king.
Fine. I hate having a spirit paladin following me around all the time.
You wouldn't be the first to say that. Believe me, your dad. Whew.
Yeah, well.
And as we arrive to the deck of the ship, the hatch towards the downstairs is wide open, and we can hear the clinking of gold coins on a wood table. Let's go. And he draws a sword, and as we approach the stairs down, you see the Pirate King, Ogden Devil's Grin Barlow, with flesh leeching off his face, standing there, dropping pieces of coin, and right before him is the tin triangle, and he says,
"So you finally found the golden claw and the silver tongue."
Yeah, we found it pretty quick, actually. It didn't take us very long.
Well, you don't have to be rude about it. Did you have 1695?
Yeah, I actually had an old record that I traded in, and then I got lots of money for it. I even have a little money left.
Was it bumpity bump bumped?
Yeah, it was actually. You know that song? That album?
I was the one that recorded it.
What? No. You don't need to do that now. Anyway, we got more important things to talk about.
you don't need that now.
What's more important? You think I've given my entire life to finding these 3 pieces of treasure, and you think I'm just gonna give them up because you found the other 2 first?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a collection, so...
Right, no, you're right. But not until you answer 3 questions.
3 questions? Okay. Can my friend help?
Sure.
All right.
Fed?
Go on.
Am I too nice? Should I say no? Maybe I'll say no.
You're very nice. You're a very nice pirate king.
Yeah?
Yeah, you are.
Nice guy? All right.
I'm very impressed by your modesty.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm very lonely. Fed it thrives, watered it dies. What is it?
Fed it dies.
No, fed it thrives, watered it dies. What is it?
Okay. 1 minute. All right. So this is I'm gonna go into my ohms. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna go into lotus position here. Okay. And just gonna take a minute. And as I go into lotus position, I close my eyes and I say, spirits of the realm, of the world, spirits everywhere. I know you're around. I can hear you. We got some spirits right now. We got a Carly. We got a David Johns. We got Chris Sparrowhawk, Megan Dawn, Mike Kyle. Oh yeah, all these spirits. James Waterton, I think. Lots of spirits. Oh, spirits, help me with this question. I forgot the question. Something, feed it, it thrives. Water, it dies. What does it mean? What is this? Sounds like some type of riddle. Let's see. We got I hear whispering from a Mike Kyle. Oh, Mike Kyle says a puddle. I'm not sure if it's a puddle. I feel like if you add water to a puddle, it'll continue to live. It won't really be living. Water, feed it, it thrives. What do you feed them? Allow to thrive. Oh, I hear a faint sound of a Megan Dawn saying fire. Oh,
Yar! That's it. You got it right.
Oh,
well, you won't get the next one right.
Megan Dawn.
Answer me this. I stay in the corner, but I travel the world. What am I?
Stay in the corner. You travel the world. Oh, could be a globe. Oh, spirits. Help me, spirits. I stay in the corner, but I travel the world. Oh. Oh, the wisdom is strong with this spirit. She knows all. Megan Dawn, the spirit of Megan Dawn has spoken to me, and she says a stamp.
Yarr!
And he gets up. Oh shit! And he gets up and he walks over and he says, "No, enough of this, spirits!" And he picks you up and he tosses you out onto the deck.
Oh.
And he's strong. He's like, "Arr!" And he walks up the stairs slowly. And now you kind of cross these like thin planks to get here. And he's like,
Yarr! Answer me this one last question. And this tin is yours.
and he spins a little triangle on his finger and he goes, ding, 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 ding.
All right, ask your question.
What's
No
in
spirits this time?
What's no spirits this time? What's in my pocket?
Lint.
And he charges at you with his sword drawn, and Alabaster throws you across the planks and starts running after you, sort of sword wielding them, and says, "We have to stop him somehow. He's gonna chase us all the way back. Is there anything we can do?"
Let me just look into my pack. And I open my bag, and I'm like backing up across the planks. Oh boy. Oh, I don't know if I have anything that'll help us.
Hurry!
Oh, I got string. I got Grandpa's old nickel. I got some pomade, some more nickels, ghosts. I got a bird's beak, a box of thumbtacks. I've got it! And I reach into my bag and I pull out 3 banana peels. And I drop them on the planks.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And Alabaster does a double backflip onto the land next to you and sheathes his sword and nods to you and says, "You know what to do. I'll wait outside." And he goes outside and the Pirate King turns and says,
Arr, this be what you want. You'll never get it from me.
Well, why don't you come and kill me?
to him. He says, "Yar, I will," and he runs at you. And his foot hits the banana peel, and he goes whoop 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 as the tin triangle goes flying out of his hand and circles around your finger, which is pointing. And he slips and falls into the lava with a yar.
And I double take into the lava and I say, "Oh, there was lava down there. I thought it was water." Oh, man.
And as the tin star touches the golden claw and the silver tongue, the world begins to sort of melt. And you're standing in a dim and dark cavern. The ship appears as it was, but it's decrepit and old and falling apart and pretty much just a pile of wood. And there's a dim light from the moon outside beckoning you.
Oh. Alabaster's nowhere to be seen.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, boy. All right, well, I start making my way toward the dim light.
And as you head outside, you see the big, beautiful moon. And you see Alabaster standing next to a tree in his spirit form. And he turns back and says, "It wasn't going to last long anyway. I suppose it was nice to be human for a short time. I'm glad that we got to help so many lost souls."
Alabaster, don't disappear on me. You're
No.
my best friend. Oh.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying I missed being human.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it was kind of nice, but I kind of like you being able to go through walls and stuff. It's pretty handy.
Well, you know, fuck you. I like being human. I want to fuck things and kiss things and high five people. I miss it a lot.
Oh, well, sorry about overstepping my line there.
No, it's fine. It's just human problems.
Yeah. So, should we go talk to this Peace Mike? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk to him, and well, hopefully he'll give me something nice that I'll be able to use on my next adventure.
And as you move through the house and up towards Peace Smythe, he greets you warmly, opening the door and says, "I can feel this. I can feel the spirits have left this place completely." And he hugs you. "Thank you so much, Rudi and no, he doesn't know Alabaster. Thank you so much, Rudi, for helping me. And as I promised, anything you want is yours."
Well, to be completely honest, I've worked very, very hard. And you know what I could use?
What?
A little R&R. And, like, flash forward to me, Rudi, lying on a beach with, like, sunglasses and, like, a umbrella sticking out of the sand.
And Alabaster's sitting next to you, and he's like,
Yeah.
"This was the right answer."
And as we're looking over the beach, the waves are rolling in onto the beach.
Yeah.
We see in the distance something emerge from the water. There's a giant tentacle sticking out of the water.
And Alabaster turns to you and says, "Well, I guess this vacation's cut short."
Oy vey.
As you put down your banana daiquiri.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rudi Mezzler and the Mystery of Ghost Cove. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. That was a lot of weird fun. Man, that was an interesting game. I need to decompress from that.
I really liked, you know what? I really liked how much the items played into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how I felt very empowered to use items to solve my problems, where I feel like in most role-playing games, like, you collect a bunch of items and you never use them. It's just
no, you don't. You have like a watch that you never use, but it's like, I like you thinking of ways to do it as well. The thing I thought was really cool about this is I really don't think this concept would work with more than one player. Like, it needs to be a one-player game. Because I feel like if it was two, it'd be weird.
Yeah, it would be, because we'd have to stay in the same spot pretty much, I feel.
That's what I mean. It doesn't really give you a chance for exploration. It doesn't really... It's sort of just... you know what I mean? And that's sort of why I want to try it. And I feel like I kind of just, wrote half of it, and I think the first half was very tight. So, like, I feel like I could do this if I had more time. I would do a really fleshed out version. I think this would work. I would try this again.
Yeah.
And I liked Rudi Mezzler. It was really funny.
Rudi Mezzler. Well, it's funny because like I didn't think about like him being the way he was until you sent the cover photo. Rudi Mezzler and the Mystery of Ghost Cove. I was like, oh, I know who Rudi Mezzler is now.
It's just this goofy little like Jewish.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad you guys liked it so much. It seems like the people really liked it. I'm surprised because it was sort of a weird one. So
I absolutely loved channeling the spirits.
That was really fucking funny.
That's so great.
That was really funny. So great job, community. Time for Endgame XP. I think I know who deserves it this week.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Say it.
Megan Dawn.
Megan Dawn. Yeah, you and I agree. For Megan not only being funny, but like answering both those riddles and commenting the entire time, and just awesome stuff. Well done, Megan. Very, very cool.
Well played.
Well played.
Wait,
cool.
What's going on next week? What do we got? What are we doing
next week's you and me, I think, again. I think it's another twofer.
Twofer
So
Sutherland.
We'll it'll be Rudi Mezzler and the tentacle beast from just like another Rudi Mezzler. No, I don't know. We'll have to figure out what we want to do next week. I'm pretty sure it's just you and me. What?
And Rudi Mezzler and the Tentacle Terrors.
That'd be fucking hilarious. I would totally play that and watch that and run that. I don't know. We'll have to see what people are wanting, see what we're feeling. That's always how it works.
I'm curious what everybody's feeling. Like, if we're feeling. Last week was like pretty like emotional, like feelsy sort of.
Yeah,
it was cute. Silly and light.
So we have to go back to heavy, I guess.
Oh, maybe more story driven.
Yeah, maybe. We could try another Coda thing.
Oh, man,
do something like that again. It's a lot of work, though, yeah. We should even go lighter than this week. Just do something totally improv. Like, literally. Just the entire game is just like...
Try something GM-less.
Yeah, we should. There's a few cool GM-less systems.
Yeah. Actually, Mike Kyle sent me a thing that's like a GM, like a virtual GM or whatever, or a GM emulator.
Nice.
And it just basically like acts as your GM, and then you just kind of like roll on a matrix of different possibilities, and then like when you roll on that matrix, like it says like, oh, this is what happens.
GM emulator?
GM emulator.
GM emulator. GM emulator. Yeah.
Well, on that note, I would like to say thank you very much, everybody, for watching us. We actually, we started on time.
I know.
We're ending on time.
See, it's Joe's fault. When we're here, we're tight.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us and having some fun and chatting along. Hope you have a fantastic night and a fantastic weekend. And as my best buddy Justin always likes to say,
Oy vey.
Oy vey, everyone. Good night.